artistry prevails. Chiseled edges gleam, polished to a shine in the zone. Lost to the tick-tock of time. Fans hit that like, subscribers on the rise. Support the craftsman, see creation through my eyes. Therapeutic passion in every woodcut. Dreams turn to reality out this little hut. Grumpy at the lathe, carving futures in the grain. Epoxy dripping slick, he's the king of the mundane. Workshop therapy, wood chips in the air. Aliens nodded, said they'd pull up a chair. Eyes red, but the vision stays clear. In the mist, ain't no pain we hold near. Chronic fades when the beats collide. Like the tribe, hit subscribe, ride the high tide. Lathe spin like planets in the void. Galactic, roach clip renaissance. Handcrafted so drastic, medicinal vibes. Smoke signals in the skies. Anxieties dissolve, grumpy keeping it wise. Eyes red but the vision stays clear. In the mist ain't no pain we hold near. Chronic fades when the beats collide. Like the tribe, hit subscribe, ride the high tide. Making art with the grind, G-sharp on the edges. Chasing peace, not gold or hedges. Aliens whisper, spin it with precision. Dust settles slow, we vibe in collisions. From mortals to cosmos, lathe got that shine. Epoxy glowing bright, crafting out of time. Reality's a fog, medicated bliss. Hands steady, making roach clips for this. From mortals to cosmos, lathe got that shine. Epoxy glowing bright, crafting out of time. Reality's a fog, medicated bliss. Hands steady, making roach clips for this. Ride the high tide. Eyes red but the vision stays clear. In the mist ain't no pain we hold near. Chronic fades when the beats collide. Like the tribe, hit subscribe, ride the high tide. Making art with the grind, G-sharp on the edges. Chasing peace, not gold or hedges. Aliens whisper, spin it with precision. Dust settles slow, we vibe in collisions. From mortals to cosmos, lathe got that shine. Epoxy glowing bright, crafting out of time. Reality's a fog, medicated bliss. Hands steady, making roach clips for this.
Grumpy's laid back, carving, spin all day. Wood chips flying, keeping troubles at bay. Epoxy roach clips and creation so smart. Crafting a kingdom, all straight from the heart. Like and subscribe, come join the breeze. Here in the workshop, the mind feels at ease. Hammer and lacing in the pain away. Welcome to the haven where good vibes stay. Shavings on the floor, a beautiful mess. Carving stress away, ain't nothing less. Hands worn tough, but the spirits are light. Turning and shaping till the stars ignite. Like and subscribe, come join the breeze. Here in the workshop, the mind feels at ease. a fiery stream. Polished wood gleams like an artist's dream. The hum of creation drowns out the strife. Each piece a little ode to a simpler life. Like and subscribe, come join the breeze. Here in the workshop, the mind feels at ease. Hammer and lace, singing the pain away. Welcome to the haven, where good vibes stay.
Grumpy's laid back carving, spin all day. Wood chips flying, keeping troubles at bay. Epoxy roach clips and creation so smart. Crafting a kingdom, all straight from the heart.
Like and subscribe, come join the breeze. Here in the workshop, the mind feels at ease. Hammer and lies, singing the pain away. Welcome to the haven, where good vibes stay. Shavings on the floor, a beautiful mess. Carving stress away, ain't nothing less. Hands worn tough, but the spirits are light. Turning and shaping till the stars ignite. Like and subscribe, come join the breeze. Here in the workshop, the mind feels at ease. Hammer and lies, singing the pain away. Welcome to the haven, where good vibes stay. Epoxy drips like a fiery stream. Polished wood gleams like an artist's dream. The hum of creation drowns out the strife. Each piece a little ode to a simpler life. Like and subscribe, come join the breeze. Here in the workshop, the mind feels at ease. Hammer and lies, singing the pain away. Welcome to the haven, where good vibes stay. Welcome to the haven, where good vibes stay.
Grumpy's in the lab, spinning wood in the haze. Epoxy drips slow while he's setting the craze. Roach clips gleam like trophies of the trade. Lathe hums a melody, a handcrafted serenade. Workshop dreams where the pain takes flight. Aliens in the mist dancing through the night. Eyes
Got
red
these
rimmed,
little
soul
dogs
feels light.
on out the
Join
bed.
fellowship,
That way old man dog
holy
don't try to
nights.
jump out the bed on his own. Come on, go. Go be good pups.
Medicated
Go be good
whispers,
pups.
chronic aches dissolve, anxiety shattered, the riddles solved. Craft moves like poetry, problems evolve. Therapy in motion, no need to involve. Turning wood to gold, creation don't pause. Grumpy in the zone without applause.
Go ahead and let him
Life
do
in
that
them
morning
sawdust
thing and go
clouds,
back
it's raw.
inside. That
The
way I don't
trolls
have
sing
to
a
worry about
chorus,
him
no
jumping,
open
because he
flaws.
will, his old butt.
Workshop
He
dreams
jumped
where
out
the
the bed
pain
last
takes
night.
flight. Aliens
put them up in bed. Have that Life 360 app on my phone. We were all connected under the same circle at one time. The ex, my son, daughter, me, and the dogs got used to hearing that little, because I set a home alert, you know, in case if anybody ever got home, you know, or left home. I don't know why, but so my phone makes a little noise. The dogs know that noise is somebody being here, so they hear that noise, they jump up and think the kids are here or something. And my daughter must have been grocery shopping or something last night. Uh-oh. Too far away from the computer. Come on, get inside with that. Get inside. Pepper. Get your ass. Get inside, right? Get inside, Pepper. Now. You gonna start barking this shit at 5 something in the fucking morning. Sorry about the F-bombs, y'all. Go. What the hell you think you see out there that you want to bark at? Got me curious and looking now. She don't bark just to bark. Most of the time she barks because she's seeing something. Dude's fucking work truck's out there. Make sure there ain't nobody out there walking around messing with his work truck. Saturday morning, late Friday night, there ain't no telling who's still trying to walk around out there. Oh, work trucks seem to attract a certain creature. We have those creatures around here. Sparrow, you okay, old man? Our neighborhood's fairly cleaned up compared to how it's been in the past. I call them chicken heads. To each their own, but them chicken heads is a breed of their own. Old man dog's having issues. He's still out in the yard. Oh, goodness, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. 5 a.m. Burger Hadn't heard that one in a minute. That's what I call them. I'm sorry, I'm not being judgmental. I've said it before in the past. If I sound judgmental about something, I don't want to be that guy, but I feel I might have probable causes to be that guy because I was that guy. You know, I've been there, done that, played with the junk I wasn't supposed to play with, so I guess I recognize it's what I'm trying to say. So I call it as I sees it. But no, our neighborhood, I've grown up around here. I've lived in the same 4-block radius, 5-block radius my entire life almost, it feels like. So yeah, I know everybody around the area. You see somebody walking through, it's like, where are they from? I don't recognize them. Oh yeah, them and that new people's up there. And then you know what they're up to. Right, right. Yeah, I guess everybody's got their own area. But no, I'm not trying to be judgmental by no means. It's just, that's how I see. Just the walks of life, I guess, that I've walked. And then I guess the construction and stuff that I've worked, the people I've worked around, all the crap that I used to do. And I just, that's why I've always explained it. Let's see, I explained it to my church buddies that would come over and do my church studies and stuff with me. It's like I've walked both sides of life. You know, I'm not a goody-goody, but I'm not a complete screw-up. But I'm nowhere near a goody-goody, you know. So it's a mixed road. That's why I'm not, that's why I say I'm not judgmental. Hey, good morning, John. Hey, did you see my video? Did you see the video of your sticker? That's the first video I've done with Da Vinci. That stuff, that little bitty video, oh my gosh. That little bitty video took me so long to do. If I'd have done it with CapCut, that junk wouldn't have took me 20 minutes. Oh. But hey, good morning. Oh, that's it. I don't judge anybody as being a bad person. I just know that's it. That's what I'm saying. I've walked both sides of that life. You know, it don't take but one freaking twisted ankle. Unfortunately, it's man. I blame the medical world on the get right, get fast moving, any kind of recreational, non-recreational, pharmaceutical, whatever somebody's gonna take and get on. I blame the doctors for that. You know, opioids, them things, I don't know, for me, it wasn't nothing but like speed. You know, a pain pill didn't do nothing but hype me up. And then you got all the other crap on top of that. You know, you got somebody that's dealing with chronic pains and stuff like that, you know, and they get hyped up on pain stuff, and then all of a sudden they're looking for stuff to hype them up because they can't get pain stuff, and they figure, okay, well, maybe that'll make me feel better, and it's a roller coaster downward spiral from there. And we say they're not bad people, they're sick people, it's it, you know, oh goodness, there's 1,000,001 different ways and reasons why an opioid will grab hold of somebody like that. You know, ADHD, it's true, you know, ADHD, you're looking for that dopamine and them extra clicks that you don't get, you know, and them pills and stuff seem to make that connection sometimes, and that's a bunch of different things, I guess. Goodness gracious, I could go in circles on that. But I do strongly believe nobody's gonna get right until they want to get right. You know, I do feel that when it comes to that beast there. Because like I said, I've fought that beast before, and I wanted to get right, so I got my goofy ass right. You know, I didn't let it grab hold of me and destroy me. I've seen it all grab too much and destroy too many. I got the ADHD and stuff going on too. That's why I understand how I understand how that brain pulls for that kind of stuff, I guess. I don't know. I guess my worst vice and beast at the moment is my herb. That's transformed all my other stuff and all my other connections that I had on everything that I had connections like cigarettes. When I smoked cigarettes, oh my goodness, everything I did in life revolved around a cigarette, you know. And so I reconnected that, got away from the cigarettes. It took me a hot minute. I went to vaping and then got away from that for a minute, and then all of a sudden, let's see, cigarettes. I quit smoking in 2013, and then started going to the doctor over my neck. What was it, say maybe early 2020? And first neurologist appointment, when we walked out of there, it had been 5+ years since I had a cigarette. I was craving a cigarette so bad because I was so stressed out and flipping out about my neck. You know, we went to a vape shop and I got a vape cartridge, but I bought the rebuildable atomizers and kind of ADHD'd straight into that, you know, tried to get my head off of everything. I jumped straight into something I had no idea about. So I was just straight up educating myself on vaping, how to make coils, what coils to use, what wires to use, and then I jumped into the juices and making my own juices. And I guess I used that as my craft, you know, to get away from my head. And but also I didn't want to go back to cigarettes. I had worked so hard to get away from cigarettes, and then I had tied that mental addiction, I tied back to my herb. You know, when I got off cigarettes, I doubled down on the herb. You know, I connected that as my cigarette then, you know. And hell, I still want a cigarette to this day, you know, and I have not smoked a cigarette since 2013. I joke and say that junk's like Alcohol Anonymous. I want my chip. I want my 2-year chip, my 5-year chip. I want them. But it's possible, because you do connect onto that stuff. And I got away from when I first started vaping. I vaped hardcore on the nicotine vape. Cinnamon was my jam. I used cinnamon to get away from cigarettes. I had cinnamon mints, cinnamon gum, anything cinnamon I could find, hardcore cinnamon. You know, I tried to tie that to a cigarette as my craving, you know. And it was the same with my vape. I had a hardcore cinnamon vape, and then Mountain Dew. They had a Mountain Dew vape back then that I liked. But those were the ones I did with nicotine, you know. And then, like I said, when I quit, oh yeah, I love the custard too. When I quit the vaping though, when I quit the nicotine, I said I had some issues and I couldn't smoke for a minute, and that's what helped me. I had about 3 weeks that I really couldn't smoke, and that got me off the nicotine. The urges and the cravings were still there, but I figured, okay, I've gone this long and I haven't put nicotine in my body. I don't want to put back in the nicotine, because you can get the non-nicotine vape flavors, right? So that's what I would do. And I did that when I started the RDA coils. And when I left the neurologist and got back into vaping, that's when I went into the zero nic. You know, it was like I had no nicotine in my system, but I wanted something so bad, just I guess for that extra habit. And it's hard to explain, but yeah, I did that for a long time. And shoot, now when I say I dove into my vaping, I dove into my vaping. Like I said, I was making my own Clapton wire, alien Clapton wires. I was doing them all on the coils, and then started making my own juices. I probably still have them in this box back here. It's sad, they need to be thrown away if I haven't thrown them away, because I know they're all no good. But any flavoring you could think of, I had it. And I'm not talking like the mango, dragonberry, whatever flavor that you go buy. I'm talking about blueberry, grape, apple, cinnamon, custard too, you know, all the different flavors that you mix together to make flavors. I had hundreds of those things. I made my own juices. there was I forgot the website, E something liquid something, but you sign up with this website. It was like a little community, and you just name a daggum vape juice out there that you bought before, and somebody's made that recipe on this website. They've made a clone, figured out what flavorings to put together to make it taste like that, and that's what I would do. I spent most of my time just making all these different kind of juices to see what I did like, you know. And then I was making juices for friends, you know. I never did the nicotine. That's what I told them. I said I won't do nicotine. You know, I don't want to play with that, and because the nicotine part of it, if you didn't do that right, you know, that nicotine just wasn't that safe. Nicotine is dangerous. I don't know. Straight nicotine is, and so I never bought that. But my flavors, my most favorite was I forgot the Casaga. I think it was Casaga liquids. It was chocolate chip cannoli. That was my favorite. I found that flavor when we went to Virginia to visit my daughter one time when they were still living up there with my granddaughter. And bought it up there and I tried it, loved it. Bought another bottle before we left from up there because I didn't know if I was gonna find it down here. Then I couldn't find it down here, and then I spent a couple of months finding the clone for the recipe. And then there was another one, Kryptonite something. I can't remember what flavors was in it, but that was a good one.
Grumpy's hands ain't got no plan. Aliens clap, it's out of hand. Oh, wood spirits hide. They know the deal. Grumpy's chaos got surreal.
Just that little bit of UV hit that paper and it didn't like it. All right, that's what I would do too. I remember that too, steeping the flavors, because you make your dang flavors and you'd mix them up, because that's what would kill me is I would mix them up and then try to taste them and it's like, oh, that's not right. But then you come back a week later, taste it, and then it was just flipping perfect, you know. Yeah, and when you let them steep and sit there and let them mix and marinate as what was that guy's name? Oh, I cannot remember his flipping name. He had a podcast, freaking YouTube show. I mean, I don't know if it was YouTube. It might have been YouTube before it was YouTube. But Eric's in-law walk. Oh, I cannot remember his freaking name. It might not even be Eric, but I think it was Eric. But yeah, I still have some of my equipment. I don't vape no more. I had a little Tsunami RDA. I had the Sigeli Power Mod. I still have my Sigeli Power Base. I had my one of my herb mods hooked to that. That's where I got all my my wood burning wire that I used to make my tips. Came from where I made my coils. I had so much different wire on hand. It was crazy. I said that was my hyperfix, I guess, back then. You know, now it's my carving and my roach clips. I remember the old, what was it, Mad Rabbit. I had a bunch of different little RDAs that I built on. Tsunami was a good one to build on. And then I was doing my own THC liquids and stuff too. I would sit there and make my own liquids. And so those drippers were the best for that, because then I just mix up my because I would take like, now back then when I was doing it, it wasn't quite the best mixtures to mix up and vape on. But you had that wax liquefiers, a bunch of different concentrate kind of liquids like that you add and take your concentrate and make it into a liquid. Turned it into one of them 510 vapes back in the day. And that's what I was doing with some of my concentrates. I would take my concentrates back then, break them down, and then drop them in there on top of my vape. I basically had me a 510 cartridge before the 510 cartridges were all popular, but it wasn't 510. And then I would take the herb itself, decarb it, and soak that stuff in the vegetable glycerin and stuff, just like your e-liquids are in. You know, I would infuse that stuff and then turn around and make my vape juices with the infused glycerins and whatnot. Yeah, I was into it hardcore for a bit. But that's where I'm getting at. That's what I did. I bounced from one vice, I guess, to another vice. And now y'all are my vice. YouTube is my vice. YouTube and my herb.
Grumpy spun the wood till it morphed out of shape. Humming hands moving craft and fate. Epoxy drips, binds bugs in a sculptor's twist. Zen found in the fog, some aliens miss. Eyes bloodshot, medicated soul kiss.
Wow. They're trying to eliminate the juices. If the juices, no, let's see. I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite. I don't want to be a hypocrite, you know, but the juices, that's not 100% good for us. You know, it's way better than cigarettes. Dang way better than cigarettes, because I've been there. I was a smoker, a hardcore smoker, and that's what pushed me towards vaping. Is I was a hardcore smoker, pack and a half, 2 packs a day. You know, I worked construction and I smoked 100s too, so I smoked the longer cigarettes. I would light them up, and you have no comments in your lives. You have to turn that on to be able to read who is talking after your lives. There's a setting in there when you go to set up your lives to turn on live comments after the fact. If not, you won't never have them pop back up. But with my cigarettes, I would light them things up and let 3/4 of it just burn away while I was holding it in my mouth. So I was constantly huffing in that secondhand smoke and not really even smoking a cigarette. And I couldn't breathe good. And my pill doctor, he was all happy about giving me pills. Well, I had to block myself into his office one day and said, "Look, doc, I can't breathe good. What's wrong?" You know, and they actually listened to me and said I had the beginnings of COPD. And it's like, oh hell, you know, I gotta quit cigarettes because I was not gonna stop herb. You know, I self-medicated for a long time, you know, and so I quit the cigarettes. You know, that's what pushed me into the vape and all that to begin with. Babble, 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 y'all, how about it? And I'm just now starting to sip on my coffee. I guess my candy is still kicked in from yesterday, huh?
Grumpy spun the wood humming hands moving crafting fate. Epoxy drips, binds bugs in a sculptor's twist. Zen found in the fog, some aliens missed. Eyes bloodshot, medicated, soul kissed. Peace found among aliens in the mist. Chronic pain's a ghost, anxiety's dismissed. Like to the tribe, spark flames in the abyss.
Oh damn, yo. I guess my brain babbling 100 miles an hour, so I don't have to slow down and think about real life. And when I ain't babbling, my brain wants to slow down and think about real life, and that's not good. I don't want to adult this morning.
Therapy in motion, the vibe slow glow. Tools clicking like a metronome sway. Echoes of planets, Grumpy's out playing away. Red beams of light, spaceship vibes cross. Smoke trails led home, no details lost. Eyes bloodshot.
I do need to go. Damn. That's one.
Peace found among aliens in the mist.
Suzanne Rhinestone, Suzanne or whatever his birthday was not yesterday, day before. And they had a steak cookout the night before, and we was having crawfish last night. And that had me getting on the crawfish sticks the more I was thinking about it. And it's that time of year down here when you have the people set up on the roadside selling live crawfish, boiled crawfish, all that kind of stuff. And I had access to the good truck yesterday, so when I went to the dispensary, I took the long way around and to see if the guy was set up. And he was set up out there. I pulled up all hyper. Oh, I'm gonna get me some crawfish. He's up there dumping stuff out, moving stuff. I thought, okay, you just setting up, you breaking down, you still have some done. He's like, oh, what, crawfish? That'll be in the morning. I said, oh man.
Roach clips, shiny, dope soldiers of cope.
It's a trap. There you go. But he said he'd have crawfish going today.
Grumpy spins the lathe, hand steady in the grind. Epoxy roach clips, art where functions aligned. Workshop sessions, therapy flows in the air. Turning junk into gems, like we just don't care. Eyes glazed crimson, medicated haze flows. Chronic aches vanish, the good healing shows. Aliens in the
Trying to drink the water down too. You gotta be hydrated today unless I need to do some yard work.
Turn the world into grooves, we twist in the vibe. Hit the bell, like and subscribe to the tribe. Lay spirals, carve out our stories in smoke. Art and remedy blend, that's the inside.
Got a freaking mockingbird out there that's got that 24-hour disorder. When he's out there just carrying on like it's middle of the day or something. Damn street lights has got them all whacked out.
Every turn, every twist holds a little more. Aliens floating, they dip in my sight. The mist curling thick in the soft workshop light. Sanded edges, smooth stress.
Oh man, have you never had a good crab crawfish boil? Like a seafood boil? I the crawfish, crab claws. Oh man, that stuff is good. We got the new potato, the baby new potatoes, little half corn on the cob, little half ears of corn on the cob, potatoes, the shrimp, the crab claws, just all kind of stuff boiled all up together, and a spicy ass boil mix. Oh, we don't have that here. Oh, cool. Y'all got some mud? Well, shit. I know Australia's got some mud bugs over there. What do they call them? I think they call them something over there. They don't call them crawfish. What do they call them? They might call them crawfish. I don't remember. But there was a couple of creators I was watching a while back that set traps. I was watching traps and how to make homemade fish traps and stuff like that a while back and got hooked on a guy that did mud bug traps over that way. Only seen them on TV. Wow. Damn. Well, they're good. Some people say they're not, but they're good. Oh, I love me some damn crawfish. They're a mess, and it's like, it's more flipping work. It's so much flipping work to get just a little bitty flipping pinky knuckle sized piece of meat. You know, it's, you think of a lobster, you know, and that's about like a crawfish. You only really have food meat in the tail, you know, and their tails on them aren't very large, so you most people will pop the tail off, suck all the juices out of the head, because when you boil them down, There's so much juices and stuff. It's just, yeah, some people gross out over that part, but it really, it only tastes like the crawfish or crayfish over here are tiny. Yeah. Ours around here aren't terribly large. The ones that I was watching the guys on from the Australian channels, those were a little bit larger than our crawfish here. Hey, Spike, good morning, sir. But they're dang sure good though. That's one thing I love. I love shrimp. I like all kind of seafood, just in every freaking shape, form, or fashion. I'll eat sushi. I do it all. But I can't really do the fried food no more. And fried fish was so good, but I got to do it baked or air fried now. Red and lobster, but prawns are a deep sea thing here. Oh wow! I live on the Gulf Coast, you know, so our little seafood market, we get access. We have a good market down here, so we get access to a lot of good fish, but I guess we take it for granted a little bit living right where we live. Before my back got bad, I could go out there with a cast net certain times of the year and go to little, we have brackish water, little bayou. It's a mix of salt water, fresh water, and the shrimp and all, and the mullet and stuff like that would come up through that bayou. So you could sit there and throw your net off this little bitty bridge, you know, in the middle of nowhere and catch tons of shrimp. You know, you could catch them and use them for fish bait. You could catch them and turn around and keep them and boil them down to eat them. Landlocked, so options are limited. Oh man, I guess I took that for granted. I've grown up around water and everything. That bayou that I was talking about, that was where I growed up. Riding my bicycle down there and going swimming and fishing and stuff during the days, during the summer and stuff like that. It was a nice little ride. It wasn't like going around the block and you were there, you know. It took probably about 20 minutes pedaling down there, you know, because it was downhill going down there. Getting down there was fun. You strike off and go downhill and it's shoom, you're flying down that joker on the bicycle, but coming back, now that sucked. You pedal so far up, then you'd be off that bucker, pushing that bike the rest of the way up the hill. Hey Trees, good morning. But yeah, I've had water all around me. Been able to get all that seafood, even your big blue crab, you know, not your big old Alaskan king crabs, but your blue shelled crabs. We have those in that same little bayou right there. You could throw a little crab trap off right there at the bridge, ride your bike down there. That's why it would take so long, because we'd have so much crap strapped to our bikes trying to go down there. You know, couple fishing poles, tackle box, big crab basket, net. Yeah, we had all kind of junk on our bikes. You know, when we went down there, we were down there all day though. Oh man. That little bayou, like I said, that was a little bay. It wasn't, I mean, it fed in from the Gulf, but it had to jump a few hoops to get there. So it was, let's see what I'm trying to say. We would get little stingray and stuff, but no shark. I couldn't catch shark right there. They were there, but there just wasn't, you know, I guess wasn't as many to be really fishing for shark right there. But gator, had little gators in that same water. That's where I found out that, that's I've told y'all before, I swam and stuff down there. We'd ride our bikes and stuff, and my buddy that lived across the bay, he couldn't swim, and he'd stay with his grandpa on the weekends and have his grandpa's John boat. So he'd drive the little boat across the bay and come up where we were. And we were swimming and stuff like that, and we would jump off the bridge, you know, cannonballing at his little boat like we were trying to, you know, jump on it and splash him and stuff like that. Well, I was being a little bully and grabbed hold of his boat when I jumped in the water one day when he was driving under, and we were just horse playing around. You know, I wasn't trying to hurt him or swamp him or nothing, but I was shaking the boat like I was going to tip his boat over. And he's like, quit. I was like, come on, go swimming. Because I mean, he couldn't swim, you know, and I was just picking on him. I wanted him to learn how to swim. And he cut his little boat up this little channel right beside the bridge, you know, and the channel is real shallow and there's a lot of limbs and stuff. And so he was trying to drag me through stuff to make me let go, and I wasn't going to let go. And I seen a little alligator come off the bank into the water. Woo! My happy button slapped up into that boat real fast. I jumped, pulled myself out of the water in his boat. I said, all right, dude, I'm done playing. Let's go. And that day woke my butt up. That kicked on that self-preservation switch, because we had been playing and swimming in that water all our flipping life, and I never once thought about no alligator being in there. Yeah, the adults say, y'all better be careful. We're like, nah, there ain't no alligator. We ain't never seen one down there. And I saw that one, and then by the time he got up in the canal and got us turned around and come back out, I saw two more. I'm like, no, sir. And that was less than 400, 500 feet from where we were swimming on a regular. Nope. I've caught a baby alligator down at the biological grandpa's property when I first started going down there meeting them. It was probably about 2.5, almost 3 foot long. Caught it on a damn spinnerbait that I had just made down there, testing it out. Babble. We are babbling. This is one of my burn boards. I need to do some more. I did some of the wood burning on this yesterday. Almost finished. I gotta do a lot of cleanup, but I'm gonna paint it. I need to do some more detail on the door right there, and I think that's about done on the wood burning part of it. And I'm just gonna put some, probably gonna do, man, I don't know. I'm on the fence if I wanna do the UV resin for my paint with the mica powders mixed into it, so it's got that texture, or if I just want to use the black light acrylic paint. Because I have just straight up black light acrylic paint, you know, and then I have my my neon mica powders that I can mix in with my other stuff, and then I can add some glow in the dark effects with those mica powders and all. So that's where we are. And then I have some more boards that I need to do. Need to do a lot of junk. But my head don't want to let me do none of it. Right. Now 8 inches across, that's not a bad size for a crab though. From corner to corner of their shell, that's not bad. You know, you don't have your, that's just it. You're not getting your Alaskan king crab legs or nothing like that off of those type of crab. But you still, that should give you, you just gotta have a bunch of them, you know, but that'll give you a good sized crab claw and everything. And then you pop that shell off, there's a good bit of meat inside the top. What, 8 inches? Flip, that's a big old crab. That's as big as my hand. Now I got big old hands. 8 inches, that's a good, that's good size now. That's about the size of our keepers down here, the blue crab that we get. You can get, I haven't been out fishing in saltwater setup in a hot minute, but we would go to a pier that was out there real close to the Gulf, and we could get the blue crab and then stone crab is what we called them. The stone crab, you're not supposed to harvest the whole crab. Those technically you're only supposed to catch them and pop a pincher off and then let them go.
Let's make this a wood burning song with every cut, emotion strong. Sparks flying as day moves along. In Grumpy's world, nothing's ever wrong.
Oh, heck yeah. I remember those. I had, when I first started vaping, I wasn't using the big old mods. I was using them little pin style mods. And so the little vape stands where they look like little suction cups. And it had a little hole in the top that would hold your battery. You gotta save that for Grumpy After Dark. Ego pins, yeah.
Epoxy river running lighter cases on the creek.
Hey Pumpkin, good morning. Hey, thank you for pushing my channel yesterday. I greatly appreciate that.
Creative blaze.
Talking about vapes and coils and all that stuff this morning. I probably still have some coils I made up in my cabinet. As like I said, I'm a weirdo. I don't get rid of stuff. It takes me a long time to get rid of something that I don't use no more. Cause it's like as soon as I do, it's like, you idiot, you had that, now you gotta go buy that again or something. So I keep flipping everything. The Clapton cables were, or cable snot, the Clapton coils were my favorite to do. But the Alien Clapton, that was my nemesis. I did those coils, but they didn't always come out good, and that was one that I wanted to master so damn bad. And I never could. Oh, come on out of there, booger.
As the void, carving wounds that heal. Fingerprints and wood grain, Grumpy's real deal. Aliens just nodded, man, it's mad appeal. Grumpy's batshit crazy, man.
Go stay out of that one.
Floating outer space. Glows in the dark, magic lit through the maze. Hit that like subscribe.
There's one that I did back in the past. Oh hell, you can't see that, can you? That thing's tiny. Trying to get on up in there. Camera washing out. I can't get a good video, a good shot of it. That's just a standard little Clapton. That was in my box.
Epoxy river running lighter cases on the creek. Roach clips in the glow. Grumpy's work unique. Carving late nights therapy on repeat. Alien vibes hit wild. Never retreat.
I was taking and selling them. That was the cool thing about it. Like I said, I jumped into my craft, I guess is what it would have been back then too. But I jumped into it head first, and I'm trying to find that daggone, oh, I forgot the name of it, but it was I might be able to use it with some of my wood carving crap to make something, a polisher or something. But I have a little motor set up that you actually ran your wire through and hooked it to it, and this thing would turn and start spinning your wire while you were holding and making your claptons and all that stuff. And oh, I can't remember the name of what the heck the box thing was. But it took the 18650 batteries, you put them in there and turn it on, it would spin one way, flip it, spin it the other way. It had a little bitty drill chuck that hooked to it. Oh, I spent some money on that damn thing too. It's up here, it's either up here in this box, but it's just, I have a million herb containers with seeds in there, and they're stacked up like the supermarket soup can view thing, and so if I bump one, they're all gonna fall. It's either up there or it's either up there, and I can't get to either one of them. But yeah, I got the swivels still screwed into my right here at my computer stand. I got a bunch of the good fishing swivels that's got the bearings in there, and I would tie my. That's it. That's the name of it. Heck yeah. But I got, it's in the box still. I kept everything. I was OCD about that kind of stuff. It's still in its little box and all that. Probably still has the instruction papers in it and everything. I'm sorry, I'm having a nostalgia moment. Flashback into the vaping days. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put you back to sleep. It's just boring this morning. Oh hell, I'll show you what I got if I can get it unhooked. I have the cheap, the swivel you don't want to use because they'll bind up on you. I have one of those screwed down to my board. I just unscrewed it. And then I have two of the good swivels hooked together. All right, and then right here beside, you can't see, but right here beside it, I have those neodymium, them super strong little magnets. I have one of those countersunk into my board, and then I have like 10 of them stacked on top of one another, coming out like a dowel rod coming out of the 2x4. And then I put a washer on the end of that, and it holds that. Y'all hear it clicking. That's that magnet grabbing hold of that washer. So it's got a good grab, but yet the washer spins like a swivel. So I would hook some of my wire to that, you know, and then be spinning my wires, and it would spin on that right there instead of, you know, yeah, hard to explain it making them. If you've made them, you know what I'm talking about. But I used that as a swivel before I got the good swivels. But then that's the swivel. This is the cheap swivels that would lock up on you, because that ain't no real bearing right there. I just used that to get me some length away from my table, screwed that down, and then I hooked, there's the good ones. I hooked two of them together, and then I put my wire down here and then twist it, making my claptons and stuff. Memories. Yeah, I'm a weirdo, leave me alone. Don't pick on Grumpy. You had to have a strong magnet and have that right touch. I said that was that touch. I said I could not. There's no way in heck I could do it now with my grip and all. Now maybe making the claptons with the swivel, but not using the magnet. There's no way in heck I could do it with the magnet no more.
Grumpy's hands, they shape the flow. Knives kiss wood and time moves slow. Chronic pain, it starts to fade. Healing.
There's my old Sigelli. I love that thing. I paid big bucks for that when I bought that. And then that little mod that's on it now, That's straight up for concentrates. You take and put distillates, I should say. You put distillates inside there like it would be your e-juice. I mean, straight thick distillate, and there's a coil you put in there. But it's just, they were a pain in the butt to basically prime them up and get them going. Once you got it going, it was flipping awesome. But changing out the coil and putting new distillate in it each time was a flipping headache. I got tired of messing with it.
Stay out of my head, they say, but in the chips I find my way. Wood speaks louder than the pain and carves a path that's joy ordained.
It was a honey vape, something like that, little coil pack. And I got tired of ordering the coils too. I could make one coil last me about 4 or 5 grams, 4 or 5 distillate tubes. And I had 2 different one of those, so I had an indica and a sativa one set up. 12-volt motor, nice. Yeah, the motor ain't gonna lock up on you. Yeah, my favorites was doing the Claptons, and then I liked taking the ribbon. I'm telling you, I still probably have my ribbon coils too, but they're locked up in the box. I say my ribbon coils, my wire, my flat nichrome ribbon, because I had all of it. I made all kind of wire. This is just some of my vape wire that I have left. I use this for my this is too thin. Where's the thicker one? 24 is my thicker one right there. So that 24 gauge, and then I have a 23 gauge. I thought somewhere, or was it just, no, 22. 22 is what I can't find, or I don't have no more of. So that's what I need. That's, I think, the thickest I can use for my wood burner. But the flat ribbon wire, stack all that up and do my Claptons around that, I was into it. It was fun. I guess it was my rabbit holes that I would jump down to keep my head busy back then. Just didn't realize that that's really what I was using it for. But yeah. Now I use it for my there's my 23 gauge. Now I use it for my wood burning wires. I got this Peter Child's pyrography machine. Did I use? Oh, hey. I needed that. I used this last time. This is my thickest. I need to try to make me a tip out of that, but I won't do that today. I'll do that on my next burn. There you go. It was probably, I went with it, the Lightning Vape people, I think they were based out of Florida, if I'm not remembering wrong. And then if not, it was just because they was the cheapest stuff I could use. Oh, heck yeah. Said I can't do the aliens no more. I couldn't never really. My thing with doing the aliens was stretching that Clapton back out. You know, you make your Clapton, pull that core out, stretch it back out. I would always overstretch it or not stretch it enough, and then I wouldn't get my grip right holding it for it to wrap. So I would get good. I would get a section that long, which is enough, you know, that's way enough to make you a coil or two, but I would, you know, I would stretch it out and start making it, and it would go perfect. It's going fast and it's wrapping, and then all of a sudden, it would screw the heck up. And like, oh, and I couldn't get it, you know, I couldn't get it enough at one consistent. I couldn't stay consistent enough with my Claptons, you know. No stretch method. I don't know that. You know, I never learned a no stretch method on doing them. So it was years. It was shit. Well, I say years. It was a hot minute ago. Seems like years and years ago. Hey Matthew, good morning. Hey, thank you, Pumpkin. It's my little wannabe gnome home design. I actually drew that one out. Some of my burn images I'll copy them off of YouTube, but that's not YouTube, but Google. But that one, that's my goofy artwork. And it's silly. It took me forever to chicken scratch that out on paper. But once I got it scratched out on paper, I made a photocopy of it, shrunk it down just a touch because the original is just a little bit bigger. So how we figure we want to do this? We want to go just straight up blacklight acrylic paint, or do we want to do just go out with it and make it all textured one? That's what I'm debating. Damn it, this rug. My area rug out here, y'all, is bunched up, and I got too much junk on it to get it stretched out to lay flat, so I keep wanting to damn near trip over the little wrinkle. My big feet's wanting to work against me, yo. Those are my blacklight colors for acrylic. Neon, blacklight. Yeah, I got some glow in the darks. That's an orange. I got glow in the dark acrylics too, but see, well, you can't feel the tip of your thumb. It's hard to explain it. I got, let's see, all right, 3, 4, 5 in my neck's interior fused. I got a plate, some screws, pins, whatever you want to call it. They got my neck locked up. I got a neuropathy that kicks in and out on my hands. I don't completely go numb to where I can't tell I don't have hands. I can feel, but I can't. It's weird to explain. You know, sometimes I sit there and stab my finger. I can feel myself poking my finger, but I don't feel that ouch pain. I feel the pressure of my hand hitting my hand, but it don't hurt. Sometimes when I grab something that's real hot, it feels cold. Sometimes I'll grab stuff that's cold and it'll feel hot. You know, the nerves and all that in my fingers and stuff are all willy wonky because of my neck. And so that's what's messed with me on my grip. It's thrown me off on my power carving. And like those coils, I'm sure it would mess me up on those coils today. But yeah, I haven't messed with that yeast liquid stuff in a long time though. Cause yeah, I thought it was 23 that I had my neck surgery, and my ex told me that it was 21 that we had my neck surgery done. So it was about 2019, maybe 2018. I'd say about 2017. Let's see, no, my granddaughter, when was she born? She was born in 15. So yeah, I was vaping around 2015, 2014 is when I was building my coils and my juices. Hey, good morning, Harry. It sucks bad. Bad. I get it in my legs every now and then from my back issues. but I get more of the tingling, I call it the voodoo doll effect in my feet. It'll be like I'll get that, your foot goes to sleep and wakes up, you get that tingling feeling for a minute. I'll get that lasts for several minutes, and then it'll go away, and then it's like out of the blue I'll jump. I mean, it literally feels like you just walked up and stuck me with a straight pin in my foot. Yeah, I get those little stabs a lot. Hey, good morning, Tina.
Anxiety drips, vanishing like ocean foam motion. Aliens in the smoke, they whisper truth. Medication rolled tight, sparking the roots. Chronic pain, a ghost fades in the booth. Creating our escape, these forms be proof.
But yeah, it's a mess. But that's it. It's what it is. The neuropathy is what slowed me down on my powder carving, you know. All my wood spirits and stuff y'all see, that was all before my grip really started messing with me. And the crazy part about it was my grip didn't become a constant issue until after my fusion. I was getting fits and stuff before my fusion to where I would straight just drop stuff. You know, I think I'd have a hold of it, and then bloop, I didn't have a hold of it. And I still do that now, you know, but the sensation and the feelings in my hands was nowhere like that now. Or nowhere near, I can't talk straight now. Radar, good morning, sir. My hands go to sleep. I get that, I guess. Here, the bottom half of my hands start when I'm doing something and I can tell that I've turned and worked my head just the wrong way. It's like, that's where I feel it. It starts in it like my elbow and works its way up into my fingers. Sucks. I've been, I guess, slowly adapting to it though. So that's what it is I'm trying to overcome my little issues to get back to my other stuff. I desperately want to get back into the power carving like I did. And then I want to continue on the lathe. The lathe work is better for me than power carving because I just white knuckle that tool, you know, and then I try to use my elbows, my shoulders. I use all my upper body when I'm playing with that thing. You know, I don't just sit still and move my hands. And I can feel that vibration when it's spinning. It's a vibration it gives you whenever it's not flat or when it's not true. And I don't feel it. I don't feel the ripples. It's hard to explain again. It's like, that's smooth. But if there's a little lump in there and that thing's spinning at so many RPMs, it creates a vibration. And when you run your finger across it, you feel that vibration, whether it's just one little line, one little bubble, or a big spot. You can feel it. It's weird. I guess I'll be screwed once I can't feel that with the lathe, because like I said, that's my good stress, my true stress reliever at the moment. I like to do my pyrography and stuff like that, but I don't zone out as much into that as I do when I'm in the lathe. But let's see, we gotta get us to painting.
Aliens watching, they nod and they grin.
I think I did that typical colors too on the first one I painted. I think I had like red tops on the mushroom house and stuff like that. Ooh, I got to finish the door first before I paint. I almost messed that one up, yo.
the limits of sight. Glow bright edges, life's a strobe like glow. Hands cramped steady, art dances just so. Laid back visions, they traverse the unknown. Aliens watch grumpy shape the great unknown. Sign to the vibe, drop that subscribe. Catch carvings flowing steady, creations alive. Grumpy in his own, aliens not pure delight. Watch epoxy spill dreams under fluorescent lights.
Give this one a doorknob. I don't think I gave my last one a doorknob.
Tremor buzzing lathe, thumbing hands in steady sway. Shavings falling like snowflakes, turning wood to clay. Grain revealing faces, spirits in the wood. Dust in the air, therapy's understood. Wood and smoke, life in a tangled dance. Carving through pain, giving grain a second chance. Medicating moments, sharing time with ghosts. Peace in creation, wood spirits play the host. Hands trace the lines, stories in each slice. Sweat and patience blend, little figures rise. Each twist, each turn, an age-old tale. In the dust and the smoke, find a soul to hail. Wood and smoke, life in a tangled dance. Carving through pain, giving grain a second chance. Medicating
Oh, I do not want to cut the grass, y'all. I got to cut the grass today.
in creation, wood spirits play the host.
Lawnmower whooped my ass last time I used it.
Time's tender grip, lathe and Dremel sing, mellows out life's trip. Dust like golden sunlight, sparkles in the air, crafting peace and faith.
Got a new air filter to put on it, so hopefully it shouldn't have no issues cranking up.
Where mind gets lost, carved from ancient timber.
It's a too expensive of a wood burner. It's nice, but then at the same time, it's not nice.
Sorrow's gray, wood spirits
It was
chasing clouds away.
the Peter Child's Pyrography machine.
Carving through pain, giving grain
When I bought it, I had the mentality of I want to invest money into an expensive, reputable tool. I didn't want to buy something and like it and then that tool break, a month into me getting it and be all bummed out because I was on a budget constantly. And so I did my homework. Oh, I can make my own tips, and I'm coming out of building coils and stuff like that, playing with wires. Like, oh, I can do that. Oh, and I got the wire. That's what kind of led me into buying this machine. And when I first bought it, I was better at making my tips than I am now. But
dust like golden
I feel now those little $50 wood burners that you can get on Amazon that come with two tips like this that you can put the little store-bought tips and nibs on, that's a better bet. Because one, you use one handpiece. If it gets hot, turn it off, pick up the other handpiece, so you don't burn out your handpieces. And then you got two separate handpieces, so you can have your writing tip on there and then a shading tip on there, so you can bounce back and forth instead of changing out tips all the time, because that slows you down. But yeah, I think the dual handpiece burners, I think you can find them, but you can find a one handpiece for I think for like $39, but they run, I say, between $39 and $89 for the dual. And they work great. That's what I'm gonna get next, because then I don't have to worry about making my tips. I can just buy the ones. But if I can find some thin ones on Amazon, and they might work, but this is just too thick for this machine. I was talking about it yesterday. I had to turn my machine wide open and my handpiece gets so damn hot and then it barely burns. And I spent too much money on the machine. I don't want to burn it out. Oh, shit. I guess we're putting the board right there.
In every shave and a relief I find. Wood spirits smile, they understand. In this workshop, I'm a healer.
twist therapeutic glory. Minds
Put
at
my
ease,
glasses on
chips
too,
in the
don't
air. Chronic pain fades, I'm beyond despair.
Oh, it sucks getting older.
Shop late, working through the night. Every cut heals, every scrape mends. Woodcraft therapy, that's how life bends. Crumpy's
And one of my
pace,
cameras
laid back
died.
vibes. Whittling woes
It ain't
down, pain
working.
subsides. Tools whisper secrets, old as time. In
Damn.
the grain, I find my rhyme. Patterns emerge like ancient lore. Hands know the
My
dance,
camera for my
always
lathe.
one more.
I didn't turn the camera app off on it last night, so it just died. It's shut off and charged, and that sucks because that power button on that phone is messed up. It's hard to get it to come back on. Oh, you working on a dragon? That's gonna be cool. Oh, your dragon eye, you're drawing.
Out in the shop where the sawdust flies, epoxy gleams under dreamy skies. Laser
Oh,
making wonders
yo.
glow.
No, I mean, that sounds like one of my typical job sites though when I was growing up. And when we worked construction and stuff like that, you have to break up the, what's the word? The not monogamy. I don't. That might be the word. You got to break the flow and make it a little change it up every now and then. We worked construction outside, so we were never indoors. We were always outdoors on job sites. And so we would have firecrackers and stuff, bottle rockets and stuff like that. Somebody would be on site driving a dump truck. We're not on the highway. You know, granted, we shouldn't have been doing it either way. OSHA would have had a field day with our asses, but you know, you got a guy on a 4 acres, you know, little subdivision. 4 acres don't sound much, but when you cut it up into little neighborhood blocks and all, the way they'd stretch it out over here, you know. Anyway, you're driving around on site with a dump truck, moving dirt from one end to the other end. You know, your driver's driving by. He can't get no faster than 10, 15 miles an hour. You know, we're on a little bitty road with equipment and stuff everywhere. He go rolling by, he's got the windows down because the thing ain't got no air conditioner or nothing. You light a dang handful of firecrackers and throw in the window on him, and you hear him holler and popping the air brakes, jumping out, cussing. We were idiots like that, you know. Serviceman would come by on the job site while he's servicing equipment. We'd go get grease off the grease gun, you know, and put all on his door handles and his toolbox latches and stuff like that. So you'd see him wiping his hands real good because you know a good mechanic likes to keep everything clean, you know. So he'd get his hands good and clean and go into his box and grab his tool door and it'd just be full of grease. Oh yeah, we were bad. Memories, y'all, memories. Look at that. Now I can see what I'm doing. That board looks nice. Hey, good morning, Mark. But we was a bunch of stoners on the job site, and then that's where I started experimenting with that damn get right too. That was a bad thing about that, was a lot of the people in that work field, they liked that chicken feed. I called it that high-speed chicken feed. Or the get right, you know, but booger, sugar, yeah, whatever you want to call it, you know, anything that moved you and got you going faster, they tend to like that in them jobs.
Epoxy dreams gleam in the fluorescent light. Workshop therapy, wood chips in the storm. Alien fog rolls, keeping hands warm. Aliens in the mist, visions twirl.
But yeah, we was just a bunch of goofballs.
Eyes red tinted, chasing moments.
But we did some nice work. That's one thing I did like to drive back around and like, you know, I did the asphalt for that. I said, you see that road right there? Your daddy did that. Tell my kids that all the time. That was one thing I did take pride in my work. When I was working, I give my employers 110% all the time. And that's why I blowed my flipping back out. I don't know. But that's how it goes, right? Oh, damn. They did get the best of me, that's for sure. That and all my damn ungrateful freaking family. Like I said, before my back hit me, I was a doobie guy. If somebody needed help doing something, hey, call Tim, he can help you. Call Tim, he'll do it. Call Tim, he got a trailer, he got a truck. Now, I ain't got none of that shit, broken back, and guess what? Nobody calls Tim no more. Nobody gives a shit about Grumpy no more. Well, maybe Grumpy, but not Tim. That's what sucks about it all.
Turns eternity, this therapy runs deep. Wood shavings fall in spirals as the vibe creeps. Aliens chime in, antennas catch the wave. Turn and subscribe.
Sorry, I gotta get a little bit of this dust out of here. Oh, damn it. Damn. Ah. All up into the system, because you there now. Damn. And I bet it's too heavy to go all the way through the hose.
Whittle down the stress, anxieties dissipate.
I'll have to fish that back out later. One of my inserts from my clips just shot up in the dust collector, trying to get some of the dust. I was moving stuff, trying to put my little burr holder spot back in its little place, and I moved it, and there was a ton of dust underneath it, and I went to brush that away with my broom, and then that got the fine dust floating, and then, of course, I'm going to go to twitching, and it's, oh, let's get that dust up. Yep. Little things, dust collector. Need to put a screen on that bad boy. Alright, y'all.
Grumpy spins the lathe, spaceship hum in the air. Epoxy shining bright.
Yeah, I done got too much into my flipping head. Too many memories done come about. Time to do some stuff. Time to zone out. What are we doing? Are we going to use paint or are we going to use epoxy? Resin, epoxy, Bob Ross. Yeah, you see my Bob Ross cans, you like that, don't you? He's my hero. Whippy, whippy, whippy is what I say. I love it when he takes his little paintbrush and whips it on his easel. I got two of them. Happy little tree mints. When I was making my own, my medicated candies, when I make those, I put them in here. And then I've been putting some of my little stencils and stuff that I put in on some of my clips or my lighters or something like that. I did that on a lighter case, medicated. But I'll hold my little stencils and stuff like that in these little cans. But I was putting my candies I was making in there. Bob Ross was the first damn YouTuber, if y'all think about that. In my mind, I mean, I imagine there was somebody else, some crafters and some of them old quilting ladies and all that back in the day. But Bob Ross, I mean, his painting videos, he'd tell you what he's doing, what he's using, what colors he's using, how he's doing it, walk you through it. I mean, that's YouTube 101 right there. I say he's the godfather of YouTube. They just didn't have YouTube in his day. Yeah, you think how many followers he would have? Hey, good morning, Robin. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. We just babbling today. Oh hell, more them lithium batteries, they've been crazy. They're just now trying to, just got to use the proper charger and maintain them correctly. And like you said, don't abuse that battery. It'll damn sure get you if you do. I need some more of my Scotch Sprite. Where's my Scotch Sprite?
Grumpy spins the lay, spaceship hum in the air. Epoxy shining bright, colors rare, so unfair. Aliens in the mist, whispers fill the void.
That's crazy watching people take them hammers and stuff and puncturing them batteries on purpose to watch them fire up. But it's cool that people do it just to show you, to have the awareness of that stuff, as that stuff can be dangerous. I think that's the tote that's got all my vape stuff in it. Let's see. Oh, snot, timber. I didn't fall down. At least that's a good thing, right? Yeah, all my own amplifiers.
In the wood, healing every vein. Workshop therapy, the grind finds its peace. Red eyes coated, medicated, sweet release. Chronic fades, anxieties drift to abyss.
Oh yeah, y'all. Yeah. It's just a Babble Fest today. A reminiscing Babble Fest. Look, what fell that time? I thought I got everything off. You know, I still got the flavorings. I can smell them. If not, the tote still smells like a mixed up. Oh yeah. What is this in here? Oh goodness. Oh goodness. We got all kind of mess in here, yo. I got old vaporizers. Oh, here we go. Let me talk some Babble. Let me. Look. How does PK put it? I got receipts. I remember him saying that about his fish. He'd caught a fish or something, and somebody said something. He said, go back to his videos. He's got receipts. Well, I got hard copies of my receipts, yo. Don't mind that. That's nasty. I shouldn't even have kept that. That was probably because I liked that coil combination. But, oh my goodness. This is old kits. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, this one was a triple. Tie here. Oh, here we go. It's coming back to me. And it slipped in there and the mouthpiece come out up there. Yep, here's the mouthpiece. Like riding a bicycle, yo. It's coming back. Oh, Grumpy might have to start vaping again. No, I'm kidding. Okay, this is some of my old setups, so y'all. Look. That's one of my clappings with the flat ribbons. Look at all them. That's stacked, buddy. Oh, how many ribbons did I have in there? I got goofy. Look at all them ribbons I had stacked together in there. Oh, man. And then I started doing just wild designs. I mean, just anything, just to make it different looking. I was just playing. Here's one I did. crazy twisted on the outside. That's all one, and then normal in the center. And I was just doing goofy stuff, just playing. I don't have any of my aliens. Oh, there's a whole pile. Oh, y'all. There you go. That was a Clapton, and then I stagger wrapped flat band around that. Ribbon wire stacked in there. Dude, this is bringing back so many memories making all this stuff. It's making me sad though, because I can't make all this stuff no more. I couldn't do your standard coils. I could do those. I don't think I could do my Claptons and my twists no more. And then my little kits to bend and twist. I had all different kind of little jigs and stuff back then. Little kit, you take it apart, put your little inserts for your different homes and all. I was into it. I forgot more about it than I can remember, but I was into it. And my little tubes for my juices and stuff when I was doing my juices and the drippers and all. Because like I said, I was infusing my own e-liquid and making it my own THC liquid. O-rings and set screws for different kits. Man, that just needs to go in the garbage. There's no need to keep that. I need to take this box, empty this box out, and use this for my damn wood, my pin, snot, my bushings and stuff. There you go. Oh, I've lost my marbles a long time ago. I don't think I'm gonna find. Hey, I found 2 of them. Where'd they go? I think I done lost them again. I had 2 of them up here. Gracious, yo. This box says vape wire. Has it got, well, oh my goodness. When I said, look, I keep everything. There's all my different wires. The Canthal, all of that for the regular, then the nichromes. I mean, I got into it, y'all. That's my flipping OCDs right there. But I can't use this Canthal wire for my my tips to wood burn with. It's got to be that nichrome wire. And then I can't see myself getting rid of this stuff or throwing it away because it all costs so much flipping money buying it. That's why I don't get rid of nothing. Oh shit, y'all, more wire. Oh.
Grumpy carving under a neon sky. Shapes and colors where the resin flies.
You got took to the vet too? I went to the vet. Oh, my boy's 19. I went to the vet damn near 20 years ago and had to snip and clip. I like that. I ain't heard it like that before. Oh man, y'all, here's old cartridges. Old empty cartridges. What stainless works? Just the nichrome, the nichrome wire. Nickel, what is it? The nickel palladium or? Oh, dude, these are old shitty 510s. Old plastics with a cotton wick in there. This was for your actual e-juice and not your concentrates for your medicals or whatever. And so I would make my own e-juice infused with my medical and put it in these. I bought these by the dozens because I would just fill a bunch of these up and let them sit so it would prime up in the wick good. That way they would be ready when I was out. That's crazy. I still got all this old stuff, y'all. Thought I got rid of most of this junk. But see, they make better cartridges now. Like my actual cartridges that I use that you buy at the dispensary, you can buy these by the dozens now. Got the ceramic burners and all that junk in there. I was looking for that I can't say it. The coil twister. Yeah, look. I made so many bottles of my e-juices and would have to let them steep and test them and stuff. That's just empty little bottles and caps. Then the bigger bottles and caps. And then I had even bigger ones because, like I said, I would mix them up and then turn around and sell them. Wow, yo, so much junk. Ooh. We even got junk in here when I used to try to make my own shatter. That was sketchy there. Goodness gracious, yo. I thought I got rid of that box. That was my last box of flavors. That's all different flavorings, but I'm sure they're no good. Frosted donut, sweet watermelon, what is that? TFA raspberry, sweet, TFA grape juice, hard candy, Bavarian cream, milk chocolate vapes were hard to. Ooh, vanilla custard V2, so it was the safer flavor. Cinnamon red hot, there you go. Man, I wish these were still good. Cheesecake, graham crust. Oh, another Bavarian cream. Dragon fruit. Banana. Just randomly grabbing, y'all. Peaches and cream. Who was talking about peaches and cream stuff? Wasn't William and them talking about their flavor having peaches? Somebody was talking about a peaches flavor. Go back in there. Something fell over. Yeah. Oh well. Wow, y'all. I'm a hoarder and a pack rat. At least it was all packed up nice and neat in a big plastic tote under my box, out of the way. But no, my vape thing is not in that box. But a bunch of crap is. That's crazy. I need that. I need to keep that up. All that stuff in there. I don't want to get rid of it, but see, I don't even vape, but I don't want to get rid of it. That's the crazy thing about it. Why is that? Why do I want to keep something that I haven't used in years and probably will never use again? Now I gotta put all this knot back underneath here. We done had stuff fall off. Roach clips, charting through the dark. Each one surrenders.
its hidden flare. A secret glow, humming soft in the air. Where the epoxy flows and pain subsides, carving till dawn where the spirit glides. Anxiety melts in the UV light. Grumpy keeps carving all through the night.
I'm sorry I took y'all along my crazy adventure this morning with Memory Lane.
Unique creations that tell no lies. Every twisted gem under unseen skies. The pour of resin whispers calm. Healing hands holding steady bomb. It's not just art, it's Grumpy's fight. Taming pain,
That's what's wrong with my
with
chair.
glowing light.
My new chair, the wheels have already tried to break.
In the endless flow, a laid back groove
There we go.
you'll never outgrow.
That's crazy.
Where the
And all that because I was looking for that.
pain subsides,
Them squirrels are wild, aren't they?
Anxiety melts in the
Do I still
UV
have anybody watching? Wow, I still got people watching my crazy butt. Thank you. I appreciate that. That receiving hairline. Hey, that's a good one. I guess that'd be that group of rabbits on my head. As that hairline done walked off.
Grumpy spins the lay, sparks dance in the haze. Epoxy dreams crafted in fluorescent mazes. Workshop therapy, sawdust coated phase. Aliens peeking through interdimensional gaze. Eyes burning, medicated, smoke swirling. Chronic pains, ghost
Speaking of eating rabbits, that's the ex-wife with the split up when she orchestrated her. I don't know. She's been. Damn it. I'm in my head already. It don't pretty much matter. But she told me that she hadn't been in love with me for 12 plus years whenever she dropped the bomb on wanting a divorce. And so she's been in the works for a couple of years on an exit plan. And her best friend is she's paralegal with law offices and stuff, so she's into the legal field, and so she was helping her work through all her options and whatnot. But anyway, her uncle, she's supposed to be staying. I guess her exit plan worked out where her friend had a place next to her that they were trying to renovate and fix up where she could stay in it. She was going to be able to stay there rent-free for a year while she pays down some of her debt. Because that's one thing with the divorce, it's not being totally nasty. She's taking on all the debt and everything. I'm not being left with bills. I'm being left with bills, and it's going to be hard for me to pay them. I'm going to have to work my budget and figure stuff out and definitely regroup life. But it could be worse, I guess. Rabbits is what got me on this. Her uncle that she's staying with now, he was raising rabbits. We had, I think I might even have one in my freezer now. I have to look. I know I'd give one to my mom, so I think he sent 2 over here at one time. Yeah. Memories. Yeah, it sucks. We're being civil with it all, but yeah, it sucks. Sucks it does. She's been coming home. Well, y'all hear me babble about it every damn morning probably, but she's been coming home with let's see. The divorce started December 28th is when she dropped the bomb on me. You know, not fighting, but she had attitude, and I was trying to figure out why she had attitude. And I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and she just erupted. I'm not happy no more. I don't want to be here. I want a divorce. I was like, wow. And I knew we were rocky, but I didn't think we were that rocky. And we had been together for so long. But, she's worked it up to where she takes all the debt, buys me out of the house. She owns the house. She'll be my landlord. I'll have life estate to stay at the house as long as I pay my mortgage. My mortgage will be the refinance fee to pay off the remaining loan of the house. Because we've been here, we had a 30-year mortgage, and we've been here 20 plus years, so we were almost done. You know, so she'll take a loan to pay that off plus my half of the house. And so the house will get paid off, and then she'll buy me out. And then that actual payment right there for that refinance fee will be what my monthly mortgage payment will be. And it's been worked down to where it should be under $700, I think, or right around $700. And it shouldn't be over $800, I think, a month for my rent. And then I'll have to work my utilities and bill and expenses in on top of that. And then I don't get but $1,100 on my check right now. Once I were divorced, I should be able to petition the state to pay my insurance, and so that'll give me $1,300 on my check. And then I'll get, I think, $600 alimony from her for 18 years. And I'll have to make that $600 and $1,300. That'll have to pay my bills and pay my mortgage, pay my rent and my bills. But I can't get it no cheaper anywhere else rent-wise. So it's like I have no choice but to kind of go with that scenario, or it's like try to move back in at my mom's. And we just don't get along for me to live there. If I was to move in back at my mom's, I'd have to live in the car in the driveway. So that's where I'm at now. We filed for the divorce. I'm in limbo, waiting on it. That's the crazy part about it. It's uncontested. We agreed to everything, but we still have to go through the hoops of having a judge say, oh, yep, okay, y'all can do it that way, which I think's stupid. But that's just how it is. I don't have a vehicle of my own. I got an Explorer that drives, it cranks up and runs, but the motor's about to have, it's on its last leg, the transmission slips. It's just not a pleasure to drive. And I can't get rid of it to get something new until the divorce is done, because it's listed as an asset on the paperwork. Because we just got her a good run, because that was her truck. The one that slips right now was hers. You know, when my disability hit years ago, I took my back pay and I bought, they were used, but I got me a decent vehicle and her a decent vehicle. And I downsized and tried to downsize with mine, and that's a whole different nightmare in itself. But yeah, she's got a running vehicle, and then I got two vehicles that are broke.
Grumpy in his shop, tools in a dance, roach clips in the spotlight, taking a stance. UV epoxy, them stars in a jar, pulling.
Still one of my mop standards that I make out of the emery cloth. I just put the strips on here and then cut them into little strips, and they work awesome. But I need the mandrel for my Scotch Brite. Yeah, once the divorce is final, and stuff, and everything goes through, because that's just it. I'm still kind of in limbo, because everything that's set out is supposed to be, you know, what's worked out on paper, you know. So interest rates and stuff like that, as crazy as everything is right now, that could change drastically in a month. So I've signed paperwork agreeing to this and that, and stuff hasn't even been able to be put through, you know. So it's like, when it actually goes through, my rent could be $900 or $1,000, and that's gonna screw me, you know. I wanted it as low as I could possibly get it to give me more money, because I don't want to be able, let's see, I want to be able to live. I don't want to just exist. And I've just been existing out here in my garage for so many years, and I'm ready to flip and live again. You know, that's what I was pushing to sell my clips at the dispensaries. I've never done that. I've never set up at a table and sold and done anything like that. My anxieties has always kicked my ass, you know, and I'm finally trying to work through that. And then it was like, yeah, she was steadily against me. Not against me, but just didn't support me. And I don't know. I'm just in a million different babbles now. I worked hard and did what I could do trying to get this going to make money for her. It's just stupid. Seeing there, y'all, that ping pong ball going everywhere. I can't slow it down now. She never really liked my 420. It's always been an issue. That wire that come out of my vape box, that's some of that flat wire. Tiny flat stuff. I can't play with that no more, y'all. This is a mess. This bad shit, but that's a crazy mess. Alright, I need to hook this up in here. Let's see. This microphone. So this is, I think, that same microphone that was giving me problems yesterday. Let me switch this microphone out, y'all. See if this one's a little bit better. Here. I'm gonna use my Poppy Love. This is a battery powered little power carver tool, kind of like a Dremel, rechargeable. It's got a, let me see, I can get it in the camera. Little box is the motor, that's the battery on the end. Rechargeable, that'll come off. Got a little container that holds little bits and stuff. I don't use any of that. And then you can stick little burrs in right there, but I have it hung up on the side of my box. I use it for my dedicated sander, so I don't burn my Dremels up. Dremels are finicky. If they get out of balance too much, it'll burn the little brushes up. Oh, this one? I spun the pin, but the blank, Jake Thompson from Saturday Morning Cartoons made the blank. And Mr. Johnny from Johnny Lathcraft sent me the blank. It's made out of Alumilite resin. And then I think Jake uses eye candy pigment mica powders. So it's got a lot of crazy mica swirl going on in there. Camera don't do them justice. I do like it. But it's supposed to be a slim line. It's not slim. I like making them just odd shaped like that. Alright, gonna get a little noisy. I'm gonna run some Scotch-Brite over my burn just to kind of clean up some of the yellow where it was a little hot. It's gonna take me a second. Definitely try not to hit it too hard. Yeah, this is rougher stuff. There we go. This just cleans up some of that carbon where when I burned and it was a little hot. You don't even do it much. It'll take your details slapped away. But it'll take the yellow off. So you got too hot and it started yellowing the wood around it. And then if you have extra pencil or carbon or something like that, you can use some of that to help clean it up. Yeah, the Jay Thompson, he does. You have to check out his channel, his YouTube channel. But he does awesome little skit on Saturdays, and he's got it set up to where, excuse me, his chat, like you guys, you know, like if I was doing his setup, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna do a project today, and it's gonna be 5 colors. Well, the chat would start super chatting, you know, $5 and we want blue, $10, this guy wants green, oh, this person just super chatted $15, he wants purple, and that's how he picks his colors. Everybody super chats and pays, you know, donations for the colors for that project, and so he gets just, that's how it's random colors that way. And it keeps it, I guess, interesting because he makes so many different blanks and all. And so yeah, that's how that was picked. You know, somebody picked the green, somebody paid for the orange, somebody paid for the gold. You know, and that's how he makes his money though with his channel. It's pretty cool. It works out. But he goes live on Saturdays at 10 o'clock my time, so it's 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. He goes live and does that Saturday morning cartoon show. Jake Thompson. He's pretty cool. That's where I've kind of gathered my knowledge on mixing my epoxy to make my blanks. Because I do make, let's see, where are my blanks? I don't know if you've seen all my epoxy roach clips and stuff that I do, because I do the epoxy roach clips, wooden roach clips, but I pour my own blanks in my colors. Get a handful of them out here. It's not like I don't have it. It's not, I'm gonna drop them on raw. That's a handful of some of my blanks. But I'll turn those into roach clips. The majority of those, they're made for roach clips because I got all my inserts into them and whatnot. But they can be roach clips or pins.
Hands steady, flow like a river. Carving life, the art it deliver. Workshop vibes, timber shiver. In that space, souls quiver. Creations escape, sculpting dreams, no red tape. In my world, no cape.
Let's see, I got some pins and blanks that I made though that are out of the epoxy. I got a bunch out of wood, but these are ones that I poured the blanks for those. That's got a little glow color in it, so it'll glow in the dark once it's charged. And then this is neon, and I'm not sure if I have glow pigment. I don't think there's any glow pigment in that. But with the neon colors, that one pops under a black light real good. Oh, where's my switch? There you go. See some of the colors on that. And it's got the neon purple, white, and then green. And it's somewhat translucent because you can almost see the brass tube in it going through right here in the bottom. Oh yeah, they're pretty. I like them. It's the neon colors from the Let's Resin blanks. And then now, if you like stuff that glow, I don't know if you've noticed or seen any of the Lichtenberg's works that I do. But I have some Lichtenberg roach clips that I've made and a lot of pins that I've done Lichtenberg burning. That's where you use the little transformer and you get the fractal lightning burn pattern on everything. I burned it and then filled it in with the glow resin. I'm trying to find my there it is. These glow better with a straight UV light though. Uh-oh, wrong switch. See a little bit of it under a black light, but when you get a better UV light and pop on there, all that resin will charge up and glow. Much better. And then I have a bunch of roach clips that are done up like that too. Oh, switch. Here's one that's not completely sealed, but it's got the green resin in there, and then of course the clip to hold the herbal. Not everybody uses clips anymore, but they're still fun to make.
Smoking wood smell fills the air, burning life without a care.
And then epoxy roach clips, and wood roach clips. Got a little bit of it all. They're all put up in the totes right now. They're my lighter cases, a carbon, and these are influenced from Jordy Johnson. Jordy Johnson started doing these a while back. He'd pour the epoxy mold, get your little epoxy lighter case out of it, and then turn around and power carve wood spirits or whatever into them. I say wood spirits, they're just spirits now. Faces, whatever you want to call it. And this one's sideways, it's hard to see the detail in that one. Little nose, mouth, eyes. We do a little bit of all. And a lot of flipping babble because we ain't done much of shit today. Did a few little burns there. But yeah, my brain's still stuck in limbo. Cause yeah, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. That's all I can say is I'm stuck. It's just this uncertainty. I mean, it's said to be this way, but it's like I'm getting back into my head from the beginning of the talking, the divorces and stuff. Everything that we talked about, it's like, first I was skeptical on all of it, and then it's like, okay, well, we'll do it this way. And then, no, it can't work that way because that don't happen. Okay, well, we'll do it this way. And it was a bunch of plans that we'll do it this way, we'll do it this way. None of those plans worked out, you know, and then so it's like this final plan is what I agreed to and signed to. So it's like I just got a huge knot in my gut. Because one, I've never been by myself. You know, I went from living at home to being a dad and a family before I had a home, and then, yeah. I've built myself into this little world out here in my garage and haven't left it in years, and now I'm trying to come out of it. I ain't got nobody to come out of it for.
The sawdust swirls like a little mystic fog, creativity barking like an ancient dog. Each cut a prayer, each chip a desire, building a world where the soul never tires. Hands made homes for pain to depart. Stories in the wood carry a beating heart. Grumpy's groove rolls as the strength unfolds, in each carving a story ready to be told. Laid back groove, yeah, the work never sleeps. Roach clips shining, secrets to keep. Community strong, we rise and vibe. Healing flows, carving keeps us alive.
Found some white paint. They're pretty cool. I gotta carve up some more of them. I think I have one or two. I have to look back in my box. I have like one or two left that I'll add in my display for the event. I think the majority of them now were uncarved. When they come out of the mold, you have to go and clean the edge up on the bottom. The edge right there is just real hard, kind of sharp, I guess. And then the lighters, when you pour them, they're your standard Bic lighter, but they'll fall right out of the case. They fit a little loose. I've had one come out and fit tight. The rest of them fit a little loose. So I just take, if you don't have tape, you can wrap a piece of paper around there just to thicken it up and slide it in there, and it grabs to where it don't want to slide out. That one's actually tight fit, but being that you got to wrap tape on there to push them in so they don't fall out, I drilled a hole in the bottom so you can put a little pin or something in there to you know, push it back out when it's stuck in. And then I put, of course it don't want to fall out because it's been pushed in there so long. I put a little piece of tape or paper ball in the bottom of it just to build up the bottom a touch so the lighter don't go all the way in the case. If it goes all the way in the case, it'll sit down just a little bit. And if you do your herbal and you use it to like a pipe or something, you'll roll over and cook on the sides. But it's a good epoxy. It takes the heat and doesn't, you know, crackle up and burn or melt. You don't get no fumes or nothing off of it. But I just like for the lighter to stick up over it just a touch to be on the safe side. Hey, good morning, cat. I'm stuck in my head, but I'm doing okay. But yeah, that's how I do them. But the ones I got, I have a handful that are poured that I have to go through and clean up the edges and drill them, and then go through them. Either sell them out plain. When I sell them plain, I do them for $10. When I sell them carved up, I do them for $20. And then I'll put a lighter in them. I can't ship them with a lighter in them. They get on to me, but at the dispensaries, I try to have a lighter in them when I sell them too, because that'll show them how to hook it up, you know. If I just sell them that plain, they go home, put their lighter in it, and falls out, and they get all pissed off at me. Hey, you sold me shit. But no, I explain to them, you know, use the tape to hold it and stuff like that. But that's my personal one right there, and it's the epoxy on his eyes glow and stuff like that too. So. So yeah, I got that inspiration from Jordy Johnson. That's pretty cool. A lot of my carbon inspiration I picked up from Carbon Fusion. That's my first. That was my first true YouTube channel, creator, carver, or whatever that I subscribed to. That's the only one that I've subscribed to and as a member and paid for membership wise. I don't do any. It's not disrespect. I would love to be able to do memberships on everybody else's page and pay for them, but that stuff adds up, and I'm on a tight income, and so I spend the $1.99 membership bracket for his channel. Cause yeah, Carbon Fusion, that's helped me. Cause I'm in a crappy place now, but I was in a crappy place then, and the carbon helped pull me out of it. So it's like I wouldn't have got into the power carving like I am now if it wasn't for finding Jordy's channel. I was looking for a way to figure out how to do wood spirits on my roach clips. I've always made my roach clips, but I wanted to do the little faces and stuff on them. And that's what pushed me to Jordy's channel, because I was just trying to figure out how to do the faces. But once I found the Carbon Fusion community and Facebook group, and then it went from Carbon Fusion to Kindred Spirits, and I connected with a lot of people and related to a lot of people, and that kind of helped me start to deal with my own issues and problems. So yeah, I don't know. That's just how it is.
Carving true from one. Epoxy roach clips hold the vibe like they should. Medication roll, tension starts to unfurl. Aliens red-eyed orbit around the world. Chrome beast therapy in every groove, every ride. Carving soothes the soul, keeps the pain outside. Shade strong, working through the
PK's changed his times, so it's a little more random. I've been missing more of them here lately too. There you are. We's talking about you. That's crazy. I was just saying that I've been missing a bunch of your lives because your times have changed. That's just perfect. You've probably been lurking, just waiting. Huh? You pulling a Miss Daisy and just lurking out there. Oh, yo. I don't know what to do on this one. Let's see, that needs a change. Or that can be the same color and then that be different. No, I want the tops to match. That's gotta change. I don't know how to do that, y'all. That's gonna mess with me. Match it in, put a different color cap for the chimney cap.
Craft a hand steady like a beat that don't quit. Laid back ambition, each piece a perfect fit. Tools vibrate knowledge while the sawdust fell. Trippy artwork telling stories, no need to yell. Grumpy's therapy in every groove, every ride. Carving soothes the soul.
That's what we do. Watch this. I fixed it. I didn't do it right just before. I don't know if I fixed to mess it up, but we're gonna try a different route. There's no pencil. No, I don't lurk either. I'm just messing with you. It was literally, I mean, literally just said something about missing your lives and you changing your times, and boom, here you popped in. So that's why I said you was lurking. It was just perfect timing. All right. This is gonna mess with me on the color play right here. I want to make the roofs the same color. Well, that's technically not the roof, you know. I mean, some chimneys, I guess, shingle in and match, but a lot of them stand out. And so I got my wood grain right here. I'm gonna draw it out a little crazy look right there, and then tile those into wood planks for the chimney, I think. I kind of offset them. There you go, talking each other up. That's it. And this is a little sand eraser. So it's an eraser with some fine grit coarseness to it that helps erase off that wood. Just don't press down so hard. It will help erase that pencil sometimes. I don't like where that mark is. Pencil or carbon or stuff like that from wood burning. Sometimes that stuff just wants to smear on wood.
Every cut, every carve, a story it shows. Soothe the soul, Grumpy's crafting night. Epoxy dreams under starry lights. Grumpy's hand steady, blade knows the grain. Epoxy roach clips curing pain. Insane.
My puppy hit the door. Either my puppy hit the door or the boogie puppy just scratched the door. One of the two. Let me see if she's standing at the door. It is time for them to go out. She's probably thinking it's time to eat too. Time is, yeah.
Grumpy soul in each groove, each line. Pain no longer whispers, it's left far behind. Laid back creations where the energy flows. Every cut, every carve, a story it shows. Soothe the soul, Grumpy's crafting.
There you go. That's awesome. Let me feed my big dog real quick. Oh, heck. It wasn't her. The damn boogie ghost is in there messing with me. She's curled up on the couch. She's getting down now. Grumpy needs some sage. We need to do a cleansing around here. I'm getting it, yo. Watch out on me. Your shoulder hurts, don't it? It's done but jumped out of the bed when that, I don't know, I probably squirreled off talking about that earlier too, but I had that, that app in my phone that tracks the kids and stuff like that. My daughter must have went by last night by the time I went to bed because the app beeped. And his old butt don't need to be jumping in and out of beds. He can't jump in them. He jumps out of them, he hurts his flipping shoulder.
Laid-back creations where the energy flows. Every cut, every carve, a story.
It's gonna get to where I can't put him in the bed if I can't trust him not to jump out of the bed. I don't know if he would use the damn little steps to get down or if he would just jump because he can't see that good. But he's gonna end up jumping and breaking his flipping shoulder. You know, when they jump and they land, their front feet hit and they take all that impact right there in their shoulders. He's stubbing up right there, getting sore.
Working on the grain, handcuffed thoughts flow, easing the pain. Roach clips gleaming, earthy feel, dust therapy slow, these wounds I seal. Grumpy's hands, steady, never slack, creating magic where wood meets track. Laid back vibes, each piece you meet, in the workshop groove with souls they speak. Smoking medication, mind gets free, tool to the timber, purely therapy.
These damn dogs. And my grandbabies is about the only, and my son is about the only thing probably making me function anymore at this point. It is a pretty good out there. My pecan tree's slowly getting greener. It's always one of the last trees in the area to start getting its leaves and stuff. Oh, there you go. Pain from the body, sleep goes fast in the swirl of dust. I found my past. Spirit visions etched deep. Oh, y'all, I gotta do the yard today. I need to try to pull all the damn weeds and stuff out of my front flower bed. That was looking good at one time. We had it all filled with a little tiny pea gravel. And you couldn't see no dirt or nothing. It was just pea gravel. And then would have a few plants and rocks right there, or bigger painted rocks and stuff. But of course that growed up. I quit spraying I did spray the spray in there at time to time to kill stuff to keep their weeds from growing, but the grandkids like to play in the rocks, so once they started playing in the rocks, I quit spraying. Went out there and washed the rocks with the water one day forever, and then I guess that kind of set the roots for the weeds to grow. Oh, check it out. I guess the neighbors are fixing to have an Easter egg hunt. I see the mama walking around hiding Easter eggs on stuff. She's hiding them around her car, the tires, the windshield wipers, door handles, gas caps. That's cool. That's what I'm gonna miss. And then this year, Easter's all out of whack. And it was supposed to be at the in-laws' house. My mother-in-law, she's bad off in her health. And father-in-law, he's not far from it. Probably my mother-in-law's last Easter, but It was supposed to be at her house, then it got changed to be where the sister-in-law's at, but then now mother-in-law's back in the hospital, so that's putting the whole celebration off, and so that's gonna delay the whole Easter with my grandkids, and that's the only reason I was going to the sister-in-law's, is to be with my grandkids. Sorry, y'all, I'm not by my chat. I'm in here with the dogs. Go, get out of her bowl, let her eat. Pepper, eat your food. Eat your food.
Grumpy laughs, the night unfolds. Wood in hand, a story told.
I gotta watch these dogs eat. My big dog's eating slow.
Aliens cheer
Little dog done finished his food, but he don't have the teeth go get in your spot. He's trying to get to her food. He misses the hard, crunchy food. But he'll start losing teeth. Go lay down. You're not getting her food. You're not starving. You got your whole plate of soft food. Are you done, Pepper? I'm not leaving it down. Are you done? If you're done, I'm throwing it away.
Tears from the moon's face, carving out demons, every line leaves a trace. Lighter cases sparkle like galactic chimes. Roach clips,
And I don't leave food down for them. I feed them once in the mornings, once in the afternoons.
Therapy with the blade slicing through pain. Aliens
She'll try to eat all damn day if I leave food down all day for her.
they beam up your night. Hand steady, but the
All right, you done?
wood grain bleeding stories.
Let's see it. I must have put too much on the bowl.
Sickness is for the cosmos.
Don't have the right scoop. Well, scooper we got measures it out, but I always just eyeball it. So sometimes I give her more than what she's used to eating, I guess.
Grumpy's world unravels, Jupiter and Mars.
Come on, Sparrow, outside. I got stuff to do. Come on. Sparrow.
Dollars only supplement. Glowing bright, the pieces echo lives unseen.
Come
Aliens
on,
sipping
man.
espresso in a carved canteen. Grumpy's mind twist, that shit insane. Therapy
Gotta have patience with him, but dang, he gets slow and he gets ornery.
his vibes just right. Hit
Come on, go, Pepper.
beam up
Go.
your night.
She's looking for squirrels instead of walking out the door. Oop, I see 2. She don't see them. I see 3, 4. Groceries, I say. That one, he just wants me to pop him with a slingshot. He's right there in the safety zone. There he goes. He's hiding now. He heard me.
The thoughts go wild. Wood grain bleeding stories so beguiled. Medication rope, it ain't for the sickness. It's for the cosmos and infinite.
She tries.
Hand steady, but the thoughts go wild. Wood grain bleeding stories so
Stop, yo.
beguiled. Medication rope, it ain't for the sick. It's for the cosmos and infinite bigness. Grumpy's mind twist, batshit insane. Therapy with the blade slicing
Oh,
through
snot.
pain.
Oh, I'm sorry, cat. Hold
Whisper,
on.
yo, this
I
vibe
just now
right.
noticed.
Hit that light, they
Oh, he's
beam
not
up your
paying
night.
attention. Yeah, it'll make it a lot easier. I'm sorry about that. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Grumpy got that Dremel, it's a therapy session. Wood grain singing stories, no need for confession.
Yeah, I want another boxer, but at the same time, I don't think I want that responsibility anymore. Sad to say, I am a dog person. I love my dogs, but that's also, I love my dogs. I've lost too many, and that's a hurt in itself. I'm not ready to go through. I'm gonna have to go through it 2 more times with these 2. We got an old man dog. He's a pain in my butt, but he's my little butt nugget. And then Pepper, she's the royal pain in my butt. Supposed to be the wife's dog, but she's my shadow.
Chisel and carve away, chronic shadows fade. Creation in the lumber, a serene escapade. Dremel hums a lullaby, smoothing life's rough road. Anxiety scattered, such a heavy load. Every sculpture a testament, pain left behind. Sharp edges softened in the solace we find. Grumpy's workshop, where the story survives. Healing through carving, where the spirits revive.
Oh, did you delete it, or are you just not posting to it no more? I know you were talking about it. You were backing off of that channel. Pepper, come on. Where's she at? All right, now where are you at? Pepper, you better get over here. Come on. I don't like not being able to see you. Get inside. Hold on, y'all. Thought we were gonna lose y'all for a minute. We gotta walk back here to the back of the house for a second.
Grumpy got that Dremel, it's a therapy session. Wood grain, slinging stories, no need for confession. Splinters fly, anxieties kiss the breeze. Chronic pain fades, find the ease with ease. Work the wood like magic, break the chains of ache. Smoke my medication, every breath we take. Workshop, a haven, sanctuary bright. Laid back, carpet shining in the mellow night. Dust settles slow, cloud my thoughts and soul. Every carve a whisper.
Hey, good morning, Minnie. Hey, good morning, Rubberneck.
Creation in the lumber, a serene escapade. Dremel hums a lullaby, smoothing life's a rough road. Anxiety scattered, such a heavy load. Every sculpture a testament, pain left behind. Sharp edges soften in the solace we find. Grumpy's workshop.
Grumpy's got to start streaming on Twitch or something like that. That way I don't have to worry about hiding my medicines and stuff. YouTube don't like it. I know some of these other streaming platforms, people be doing dabs and hitting bongs and all that kind of stuff right there on camera and just going wild with it. Spaghetti.
Epoxy drip like tears from the moon's face, carving out demons, every line leaves a
Johnny's
trace.
going live.
Lighter cases sparkle like galactic chimes, roach clips hold dreams from other times. Grumpy's mind twist, that shit insane. Therapy with a blade
I
slice.
wonder if Jake Thompson's having a show this weekend because it being Easter weekend. He might not be doing a lot.
Hand steady, but the thoughts go
I
wild.
remember.
Wood grain bleed and stories so beguiled. Medication roll, but ain't for the sickness. It's for the cosmos and infinite thickness. Energy flows where that resin hardens. Spaceships
That dog.
hover over
Every time I hear that
backyard
dog
gardens.
bark,
Subscribe to the
it's
madness, channeling stars. Grumpy's world unravels. Jupiter and Mars. Therapy in the edge, every
he's a handful though.
truth in the art.
They cannot let him off the cable in the backyard. He will bolt. He'll run around for about 5 minutes. Oh, hyper, and then he bounces. He'll jump the fence and he just runs around. He don't take off running and never come back. He stays right here around the house. Just bugs all the local dogs, the neighborhood dogs. Opath coming. I miss Opath.
Grumpy's mind twist.
Hey, I did miss Opath. Morning, sir.
With the blade slicing through pain. Aliens whisper Yoda's vibes just right. Hit that like they beam up your night.
Let's see. I think I done the panels too small for the bit, but we got figures. I don't want to put it.
Chips flying, sawdust in the air, rough wood turning smooth with a careful flair. Epoxy dripping, colors blend like a dream. In the workshop we create life steam. Therapy and timber, chisel and blade. Each stroke, every cut like memories fade. Patterns form, stress melts away. Crafting masterpieces, come what may. Grumpy's workshop, a soulful retreat. Wood and epoxy, where hearts beat. Subscribe, watch, feel the vibe. Join the journey, create and thrive. From raw log to a polished piece, handcrafted love, emotions released. Each design reflects a state of mind. Artistry in every grain you'll find. Slices of life embedded in each groove. Epoxy, rivers in a timeless groove. Shapes and forms and synchronicity. Crafting for peace, no fancy complicity. Grumpy's workshop, a soulful retreat. Wood and epoxy, where hearts beat. Subscribe, watch, feel the vibe. Join the journey, create and thrive. Grumpy's workshop, a soulful retreat. Wood and epoxy, where hearts beat. Subscribe, watch, feel the vibe. Join the journey, create and thrive.
Just a little.
Chips flying, sawdust in the air. Rough wood turning smooth with a careful flair. Epoxy dripping, colors blend like a dream. In the workshop we create life steam. Therapy and timber, chisel and blade. Each stroke, every cut like memories fade.
Patterns form, stress melts away. Crafting masterpieces, come what may. Grumpy's workshop, a soulful retreat. Wood and epoxy, where hearts beat. Subscribe, watch, feel the vibe. Join the journey, create and thrive. From raw log to a polished piece, handcrafted love, emotions released. Each design reflects a state of mind. Artistry in every grain you'll find. Slices of life embedded in each
Now,
move.
that won't mess with me too bad coloring it. I had to separate that out because I don't know what I did on that last board that I painted and got rid of, but I know that just wasn't working with me today. Hey Robert, you have a good morning. Thank you for coming by. Let's see.
Grumpy's workshop, a soulful retreat. Wood and epoxy, where hearts beat. Subscribe, watch, feel the vibe. Join the journey, create and thrive.
Hello. Good morning. I hope you have a good Easter. We're painting up our little mushroom house.
Welcome to the land of wood and glow. Grumpy's got the tools, the resin flows. From lighter cases to clips for your hit, every piece shines, ain't none counterfeit. Grumpy's laid back carvings all through the night. Each one you
I need to use my smaller brushes right there.
UV light. Anxieties fade, pain takes a flight. In the land of creation, everything feels right.
I like to thin it out and pull it through. I mean, if it's gonna be textury and stuff, then I'll cover it up and be thick. But if it's the regular paint, I'll pull it thin so the wood grain will still kind of come through a little bit, but still have the color. Thank you. And it should, yeah, it'll have that black light effect, UV light on there.
In the land of creation, everything feels right. Each swirl, each hue.
Oh heck yeah, 19 likes, that's awesome.
Neon skies, here's your chance. Spark the joy, let those worries slide. Breathe in the vibe, let your
I try not to watch all that when I'm doing my lives. That'll start flipping me out and getting in my head. Like if I have a bunch of people watching and all of a sudden nobody's watching and it's like, oh, what did I do wrong? And I try not to look at it. I mean, it's human nature. You're curious. You want to know if you're doing good or not, if somebody's there. But at the same time, that messes with me sometimes. I'd be like, what did I do wrong? Come back. Don't leave, Grumpy.
Grumpy on the lathe, turning roach clips exquisite. Spin killing time, therapy in every digit. Aliens hover, mist thick like a foggy scroll. Eyes red, my meds in control, soul on patrol. Workshop vibes where the healing ignites. Epoxy flows, truth shines in the lights. Chronic fades, peace starts to arise. Hit subscribe, feel the tribe amplify. Meditation in rotation, tools earning trust. Anxiety's a thief, but here it's unarmed. Grumpy's grind got the
Hey, all right,
chaos
Radar, you have a
disarmed.
great day. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning.
Skills divine. Grumpy replies, crafting keeps my mind alive.
I gotta try me one of those little phone speakers.
Every turn's a chapter, can't ever stop.
Gotta find some light wood to do that with, though. I don't want to put that big of a piece. I should have sanded that little line out of there. I don't want to put that big of a piece on my lathe. I don't want to. I'm stressing that I'm gonna burn up my little motor. I need to clean the brushes on it. I've yet to open it up and clean it, and the brushes are starting to act up on me a little bit. I can tell, and I got new brushes, so I just need to go ahead and open it up, blow it out, and change the brushes and be done with it. But the setup and design on that lathe, I have to take the motor completely off, and I know it's nothing but some Allen bolts to take it off because I've changed it already. I just don't want to get in there and break stuff loose and mess with stuff, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, if it's not broke, don't fix it, but it's about to break, I gotta fix it. If I wait, then I take the chances of just burning the motor completely. You know, I mess the fingers up in there, and then the brushes ain't gonna do it no good. So I need to change them.
Grumpy on the lathe, turning roach clips, exquisite. Spin killing time, therapy in every digit. Aliens hover mystic like a foggy scroll. Eyes read my meds in control, soul on patrol. Workshop vibes where the healing ignites.
Welcome in.
Epoxy flows, truth shines in the lights. Chronic fades, peace starts to arise. Hit subscribe, feel the tribe amplify. Shavings hit the floor, glitter like cosmic dust. Meditation in rotation, tools earning trust. Anxiety's a thief, but here it's unarmed. Grumpy's grind got the chaos disarmed. Aliens whisper saying human skills divine. Grumpy replies, crafting keeps my mind aligned. Let hum lyrics, beats from the shop.
Keep your hand out of what you already painted.
Epoxy fumes like a nebula's embrace, building tiny legacies in the smallest space. Each roach clips a trophy, a win on display. Grumpy's got galaxies spinning every day. Workshop vibes where the healing ignites. Epoxy flows, truth shines in the lights. Chronic fades, peace starts to arise. Hit subscribe, feel the tribe amplify. Vibes where the healing ignites. Epoxy flows, truth shines in the lights. Chronic fades, peace starts to arise. Hit subscribe, feel the tribe amplify. Workshop vibes where the healing ignites. Epoxy flows, truth shines in the lights. Chronic fades, peace starts to arise. Hit subscribe, feel the tribe amplify.
What do y'all think about that Artemis rocket going? I was so happy that dang thing didn't blow up on them people. I was so worried. That rocket has been sitting there on that pad and been drug out and put up and drug out and put up and worked on since before the Obama administration. And they was putting people in that thing, launching them. Oh my gosh. My worry-wart self, I was so scared and paranoid. I was praying hard that that rocket had a good takeoff. I thought that was crazy that they continued to use that. I mean, that's a lot of money, I mean, that they've invested into it over the years, but dang, with the way technology is changing. I remember the Challenger when that thing exploded, and that's just, I was my conspiracy self, I was like, yep, they're fixing to send these people up, blow them up, prove a point, do something, shut something down. Oh, they're stupid. But yeah, at least it was safe. I get like that sometimes. I just start, I don't know. I'll see something and immediately go for, oh goodness, this could happen, that could happen. I'm not negative. I don't want to proceed as being a negative, but I guess I'd look at that. That's just me scanning the room, the environment, seeing what could go wrong. I guess my fight or flight. I gotta look if I got to fight or if I got to flight. You know, I don't know how to explain it. Try to prepare. I don't know how to explain it.
Riverbeds in the resin. Grumpy's got the hands of a time-lost legend. Carvings out of nightmares, dreams too sinister. Got the glow brighter than a lunar minister. Grumpy laid back, but mind batty and torn. Therapy and carvings from dusk until morn. Medication roll.
Oh heck yeah, awesome.
Thumbs up, hit subscribe, keep his craft in the light.
Yeah, I hate that, but you gotta get that done, brother. You gotta get that done. Awesome. I'm happy that you're getting it done, though. I know you'll be ready. Have a good day. Don't be getting out there doing nothing you don't need to be doing now. That's why you're paying the carpenter. You just sit back and watch.
Artifacts born from a mind's evergreen. Finger stained red, green smoke in the night. Tools dance in his grip, giving madness flight. Therapy in every grain, every line tight. The cosmos carved small, still shining bright. Lighter cases burning, messages unwrapped. Grumpy the artist and his muse stay tapped. Epoxy, oceans ripple, waves roll slow. Mad genius in the craft, watch it all just glow. Grumpy laid back, but mind batty and torn. Therapy and carvings from dusk until morn. Medication rolled, aliens lurking out of sight. Thumbs up, hit subscribe, keep his craft in the light.
This is some good therapy too. I'm getting better at controlling my hand. Just wish it was as easy with the power carver. That daggum bit spin and pulls. That's a different beast. I want to get back in it though. I'm going to get back in it. I just got to kick myself in the butt and do it. That's part of that executive dysfunction. It's like I want to do it, got plenty of wood to carve on and bits and stuff to do it with. It's just get out of my darn head and do it. I have that problem. I need somebody over here just to throw me my Dremel and throw me a piece of wood and say, do it. I can't. It's that executive dysfunction. I strongly believe that. It's like I almost feel I beat myself up over it. It's stupid. It's like, just pick the tool up and do the damn thing because it's right there. But it's like, nah, I'll do every damn thing but what I need to do. I've always been like that on something. It's crazy. And like challenge pieces and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, I'll have an idea, I'll start working on it, I'll put it down, and then like, oh, what, 2 days before the deadline? Oh, I frantically get in there and start working on something like I didn't know it was even due. And it's like almost with that little bit of pressure, I do a little better. I don't know. But it stresses me out doing that, and that's one of my things I'm trying to get out of. I keep playing it back that I'm just stuck in my head. And a lot of it is, but a lot of it is I am like that even when I'm not having my head trips. So it's just, with my added head trips, just makes it flipping worse. Oceans ripple, waves roll slow, mad genius in the craft, watch it all just glow. But it's like I call myself the king of procrastination. Medication road, aliens lurking out of sight, thumbs up, hit subscribe, keep his craft in the light. Yeah, same way. It's just like that hyper focus. Like if I lose that hyper focus on there, just that minute level of focus or interest would be the word. It's like then I have a harder time focusing on getting it done. Or if I'm working on it and I see one little issue that I don't like, if I can't get past that little issue, it starts compounding and just gets worse and gets worse for me. And it's like a twitch. It's like, I just can't do it no more. I'm bad like that. Grumpy laid back, but my baddie ain't torn. Therapy and carvings from dusk until morn. Medication rolled, aliens lurking out of sight. Thumbs up, hit subscribe, keep his craft in the light. Because it's what is it? I am not perfect at nothing, but my head strives for that perfectionism, I guess, and that throws me off. So if I've never done it, am I going to be able to do it? Is it going to turn out right? I'll talk myself in and out of it for a month of Sundays, and then anxiety fits everything, and then finally break down and do it, and it's like it takes me an hour or something and it come out better than I anticipated, and I'm like, you goofball. I'm my worst enemy. I beat myself up and put myself in these positions over and over and over. Right? Just think about everything you want to do and 1,000,001 projects, just pulling the trigger and doing them. That's it. That's what I'm saying. I'll stress over doing something because it's like, okay, I want to do this. I've done it before. I know I can do it and it's going to be good. And then it's just, there's a process to everything, so you're not going to look at something. Well, for me, I can't look at a piece of wood and see the end result completely finished and be perfect. Oh, that's what I'm doing, and do it. I see kind of what I want. And then if I can't keep that image in my head, then that makes it kind of, it's crazy. Straight up. I'm just waiting to wake up in that white room, y'all. Where are we at today? Oh, okay, it happened. Uh-huh. Y'all gonna Baker act my ass. That's it. Life happens. Stuff don't get done. Hey, good morning, Suzanne. Oh, speaking of, what time is it? Dang, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm getting me some crawfish today. Yep, it's 8:30. Yeah, I gotta shut down at 9 and I gotta get dressed and hit the road in the broke truck because they wasn't ready yesterday. I had the good truck yesterday and I went to the shop. It's that time of year, right? So we got our crawfish guy set up. He sets up and sells them live, and then he sells them boiled. When I went to the shop yesterday, he was there, but I don't know if he was getting ready to set up for this weekend or if he was breaking down from yesterday's sales, but he didn't have anything. He said it'd be around 9 o'clock this morning. That's not bad. His prices weren't bad either. Now, I hope this was cooked because I don't want to have to come home and cook them. But he $6.50 a pound, and that's not cheap, but I mean for crawfish that's not bad either, especially if he's got them boiled already. But that does suck, because I got to take the GIMP truck, and it's a little bit out of the way for that truck, but hopefully we'll make it, because I want some crawfish. Figured I would splurge and get me 2 pounds. My boy gonna be upset with me because he ain't gonna get none. But he left my ass hanging this weekend. I'll say, I'll stay home with your daddy and you can eat good. He went to his girlfriend's. So he wasn't here last night. I think he works today, so he'll be here this afternoon so he can go to work. Texas barbecue. Oh, I love barbecue. I can't do barbecue no more. It's too greasy. Messes with my stomach. I love it. I eat the heck out of it, but I'd be doing a purge. That stuff would be coming right back up in the bathroom about an hour later if I make it that long. My body just does not process grease for me no more. That barbecue, oh, that stuff's so good. Catch that glowing vibe. Like and subscribe. Join the playful ride. Through epoxy. But boils, I can do boils now. Seafood boil, I eat my weight in shrimp and stuff. I can't see how it's an unclean food. That's what's crazy there. And I know they're little filters and all, but man, they are. I don't know. I don't understand those laws. No more pain, just a brighter day. Followers finding solace in the stream. Grumpy's glowing, living the dream. No more dark, no more scream. Epoxy lights a crowd. Nice. I gotta get another grate for my grill. My grill for outside, the grate done went to crap. The grill for it is rusted up, and I don't want to cook on that rust. And I don't want to cook on a bunch of foil on top of it, so I need to go get a new one. That one was new and it didn't last us a couple of months and started rusting out for some reason. And then summertime barbecuing and all, I just, let me tell you something. After running that asphalt machine and doing that asphalt work for so long, I don't like playing on the grill. It's just too hot. It reminds me of sitting on that hot asphalt machine. And let me tell you that I boiled myself many a day in the summertime on that bad boy working. So yeah, I try to stay away from the hot grills. I love to grill a steak and everything, but I wouldn't mind cooking more on the grill when it's cooler outside. Hey, Patricia, good morning. So yeah, that's why I'm so hot-natured and don't like the heat so much, is because doing all that asphalt work, you know, in Florida, it gets flipping hot in the summertime. And that asphalt work, that's hot in itself. Even in the wintertime, that work's hot. You know, that asphalt comes to you over 200 degrees in that truck cooking. You know, and then the machine that spreads it, that machine has torches that sit there and cook that asphalt and get it hotter as it's coming out, so you can lay it and it lays smooth. And you think about that machine being a giant steel, you know, it's a steel machine, metal and everything, and you're sitting on that steel machine, and that steel machine's holding stuff that's over 200 degrees. It's got torches underneath your butt cooking it even hotter. So you figure the heat generating off of that machine after spreading 5-10 truckloads of asphalt, you're pushing 300 degrees all day. I mean, you're just on top of it, in it, sitting there. And as the driver of that machine, you know, you can't escape that heat. You have that heat under you, in front of you, behind you. Your machine you're sitting on, like I said, you got a cushioned seat. You'd see me going down the road, my feet would be picked up, like I'd almost try to sit on my feet midday, because the machine would get so hot that it would be cooking my feet through my shoes or my boots. You know, so yeah, I don't miss that. Don't miss that at all. I do miss the work, don't get me wrong there, but that heat, ooh-wee. Like I always joke that I was walking my living hell already, that I paid my dues. Y'all seen me break out a toothpick from time to time. I'm going over my paint into my burn, trying to clean the paint back out of it. It's the easiest way. Just break the tip off a little bit so it's not so sharp. And a smaller paintbrush would be ideal right here. That would make sense. But I do want me some mud bugs today. That's what sucked, is I love some Cajun food, right? And the one Cajun restaurant that we have around here that's half-assed decent was where we would go for our anniversary. So I guess I've screwed myself on that, because I'm a weirdo. I don't want to go in there and then start bawling and try to eat, you know? I can't. And I'm a goofball. I sentimental. I attach stuff to stuff like that memory-wise, you know. And it's like, man, that restaurant right there is going to be kind of off limits, and that was one of my favorite places to go. How is that going to work? Cafe Nola is the name of it. They had decent taste to their food. It could be spicier, but they didn't, I guess, want to burn people too bad. But it was good. It was out on the beach too, so that was what was cool. I like to go out there and eat, go out on the deck and eat, watch the water. Have their seafood boil. That was my, because I can't do the greasy stuff, so some of their, you know, the good dishes will work on me. You know, I'll get a small bowl of the gumbo, small bowl of the rice, but I can't pig out on it like I used to. But the boils, oh, I can pig out on that. But I'm not gonna let that ruin my favorite place. I say I'm not, but stuff sucks, y'all. That's gonna be cool. Ah, I went over right there. Damn it. We'll let that dry, and then once I let that dry some, yeah, I gotta let it dry. Let it dry good, then I'll go over it with a little bit of sandpaper and that sand eraser that I got. And then those lines, if it's too much on the burn itself, you can always turn your burner down real low and then go back over it with your burner and burn. Turn your burner down low so you don't yellow the wood around it, because you don't want to have to try to sand back over once you painted it. If you want to nitpick it, you know. Some people probably ain't never even gonna see that, but I saw it. I know it's there, so it's making my brain itch. You know, I want to fix it. As you don't see it without the black light on there, you know, it don't stand out. But then when you hit it with the black light and it starts popping, you see where you've gone over the line. I've gone over there and up there.
In the grain, each twist and turn melting the pain, epoxy gleaming like starlit streams, carving the chaos into quiet dreams. Like and subscribe, what more can I say? Stay while the stress carves itself away.
Oh, thank you.
Creating magic
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm babbling. I'm trying to look at chat real quick. Is that Uber? No, this is straight, just acrylic blacklight paint. I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to do the resin and micas or just go over it with the black light. Or was gonna do the resin and the fluorescent micas or neon micas or my black light acrylic, and I'll go over with the black light acrylic for now, and then heck, I might even come back over top of some of the other stuff with some UV resin and all, just to give it a little more texture or something.
The worries break. Yeah.
I babble about every damn thing on my lives. That's just my thing. I can't, that's my outlet. Yeah, I feel I gotta talk and get stuff off my chest, and I ain't got nothing to talk about or nobody to talk to about my stuff most of the time. And my dogs, they just look at me like I'm stupid. They listen. My big dog, she tries to help me out. She knows when I'm in a funk. She's more when she wants to go outside more. It's like she tries to pull me outside and make me get out and do stuff to get out of my head. But no, the whole Cajun food and stuff, that got me kicked in thinking about that from the crawfish. And then my favorite Cajun restaurant was the restaurant that me and the ex would go to for our anniversaries. And we did Outback Steakhouse for a long time, and then so let's change it up, do something different. And then we started going to different places, and just local somewhere that we liked was the Cajun restaurant, the Cafe Nola on the beach. And that's what I was saying, is I want to go out there, but I probably won't never go out there again, because I am a memory type sentimental person. So right now in my head, it just hurts too much, so I know if I was to go out there and try to eat, I probably wouldn't get much ate, get emotional, and I don't do too good at eating once I'm at that point. Now after the fact, I'll grub out, because I'll probably get in my head, get emotional, smoke the heck down, and then I get the munchies. But that's what's crazy. Even with as much herb as I do, this whole thing going on, I've lost 30 pounds. That's the crazy part about it, is I'm stressed to flip out and not eat and not eat, and drop 30 pounds. I wanted to drop some weight, but nah, like this. And that's crazy, because I like food. And I used to joke and say I eat my emotions. That's what I want. I want a little laser burner. I want a laser burner to burn all my clips and stuff. I want to design a small little, I guess, maker's mark that I can incorporate on stuff that'll burn clean and tiny, but still be, you know, readable. You know, something that you can look at. Oh yeah, that's Grumpy. I want to do that for all my clips and everything.
Welcome to Grumpy's, where the fun begins. Here to learn carving, making cool friends. Dremel's buzzing, stress melts away. Catch every moment in a peaceful way. Whittle and tinker every single day. Each carving unique in its own sweet way. Relax, unwind, your mind will play. Join us, enjoy, let worry sway. Come relax, join the vibe. Hit like and
I'd love to be able to play piano like that too, y'all. That would be awesome.
endless drive. Carving peace side by side.
It's a squirrel. Look at that. That's crazy too. The glue in this wood. It's got that green glow in some places. It's the only thing I can figure is it's the glue soaked into it, or they laminated it all together. So I say this stuff ain't the best thing to do wood burning on, but it works because I had it laying around. And I said I'll go through and torch the edges, get it all burned up, and then I'll distress the regular wood around it and then hit it with my Scotch Brite, knock all the carbon off of it. It'll look good when it's done. I'll try to mix up some colors for a darker skin for the window and the door frames. I might break out some stain and try to stain the actual boards like I done on my other piece. Let's see, where is it at? That piece right there, I did this a long time ago, but that piece right there, I actually took my different wood stains that I had and stained the individual little planks with a flipping Q-tip and got them different colored to make them offset and whatnot. And then went through there with the wood burner and put little quick little strip lines on it to try to make it look like little wood grains on the boards. I was trying to be intricate when I did that one. Oh, it's 9 o'clock, yo. I'm gonna shut down. I might jump back on here live later if nobody else is live. I don't want to. I know a lot of people do their weekend lives and stuff. I don't want to step on nobody, but I am gonna shut down so I can get dressed. I want to give that guy a few minutes to get set up and get going, but I do want to get some crawfish this morning, and I don't want to miss out on them. So he said around 9 o'clock. I figure if I get up there 9:30ish, 10 o'clock, he should be good. Who knows, I might get goofy and do a grumpy mug bug fest. Live stream my goofy ass chowing down on some mud bugs. Maybe y'all can't have them, can live the experience through me. Yo, Matthew, you need to get that spaceship fired up and just come on down here, pick everybody up. We'll have a big old damn fish boil, a seafood boil right here on the Gulf Coast. There you go. We'll go get some nice jumbo Gulf Coast shrimp, some blue crab. Oh man, I could do it. That would be fun. Because that's how you do it, y'all. You cook up kettles of that crap and just dump it out and just chow down. That's one of them ones if you with the bearded brethren, you'd be taking a shower afterwards because your beard's gonna eat just as much as you do. Oh goodness. Oh, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with my crazy butt. I'm sorry I didn't get as much done today, but I did a lot of babble and reminiscing. That was kind of cool to find all my old coils and stuff. And I have more stuff than that because I have another box or two. I have like 3 of those plastic trays that's got parts and pieces in there. And that was just my coil box. I have one that's got just all my little atomizers and stuff I used to build on. But yeah, that was cool. But all right, y'all have an awesome day. Y'all stay awesome, stay laid back. Thank you so much for the support. I greatly do appreciate it. Y'all truly don't know how much good this does for my crazy self. But y'all have an awesome day, and I hope everybody has an awesome Easter. And stay safe, everybody. God bless.
Taking form, elder spirits smiling, craft Mars norm. Hard days, work done, nights gentle swarm. Every piece of journey, hardwood warm. Wood spirits relax, whispers in each grain. Stories of the knots, pleasure in the pain. Sawdust trails behind, memories remain. Grumpy's laid back carvings, legends never wane.